Let's see where my baby be. Let's see where my baby be. Good thing it's empty. Let's see where my baby be. Oh, I want to break it. Oh, definitely broke it. Close. 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 Quit. Discord. Oh, it hurts my fingers. Oh, what did it do? Okay. Discord. Bam. That there. Bam. Copy that. 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 Bam. 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 Control E. Enter. What up, Xander? What up, my brethren? Is that going right? Did that work? I don't think it worked. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Jeez. What's up, Xander? What's up, brethren? There you are. Sorry, bam, bam, pin, pin, pin. All right, sorry. Just so I've only been live for like a minute, and I beat my hands up already trying to play drums. I woke up late. Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be at Waffles soon. Gotta get. We should delete that. All right, let's see. All right. Before the day begins and my mother starts bitching about my friends. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Oh, dang it. That won't work. Why can't I do that? Why? I should be able to share the Discord from here. Copy link. Bam. Discord. 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 Bam. Publish. Publish. Enter. No school for Martin Luther King Day was yesterday. Why no school today? Let's see what temperature it is outside. I gotta check on my chong. 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 Good thing they have the internet or I would have no job. Thank you for your service, Damien. Damien. I didn't serve, brethren. How you doing, my brother? Thank you for your service. I just support. I was support. The only work I've ever done was in support for the military. My father also was never in the military, but he worked for Hopkins, Johns Hopkins Avery Propulsion Research Laboratory. So he worked with the Navy in particular on a lot of their missile systems, specifically Scud interception. Dun, 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 dun. You got to intercept the Scuds. Remember the Scuds? Yeah, I'm addicted to addiction. What up, Andy? Why is my... What's going on? Oh, copy. I already did that. Okay, close. Andy. How you doing, Damien, my brethren? How you doing, Andy? Was Andrew, my brethren? How's everybody doing? I got hair hanging off my shirt. I can't see it. Dude, I tell you what. We're gonna... very good, sir. Yeah, my mother and my father, I can't remember if I already told you this before, Damien. Thank you, Xander. I know I'm the GOAT. My mother was a housewife, stayed home and raised the kids. While my father worked 2 jobs and 1 job and went to college. He went to night school until he graduated at 33. Then after me and my brother and my sister moved out, then my mom got a job with him at Hopkins. She like copied paper. She was like a Xerox runner. And then after a few years, she gets a clearance and whatnot. What's your clearance, Clarence? And then so because she was able to get up in levels in there, visitor control, stuff like that, she was able to get a good enough pay that they were able to retire like at 60 rather than 65, 66. So 5 years or so early. I feel like shit. Been beds for 30 hours straight. ND, you better get outside and do a sprint as fast as you can, one direction, 10 seconds at least, and sprint back. I can do your Minecraft. Absolutely, Xander. It's on the link. Anybody can. You missed it last night, ND. I don't think I saw you at all on the night stream when we did let me see if I have the temperature real quick. When we did Minecraft, it was only like 3 people, I think. Oh, maybe 4. Oh, right, yeah. Space Cow was in there. 38 degrees. Let's put on a jacket, shall we? If I go sprinting, I might vomit. Oh, you hung over. Yeah. Yeah, don't go vomiting. Don't go vomiting. All right, you know it's cold outside. Let's do this instead. Good. Your vomit will lead the sickness out. I'm back. What up, Fiona? This is early for you. Jeez. Or maybe it's early for me. How are you, Fiona? Fiona Marvel. It's a marvel. So it looks like we'll be going to Japan this year, Fiona. Where's Shrek and Donkey? Oh, Fiona. Right. Princess Fiona. It's 12:30. Okay. All right. Yes. Right. That's so crazy. It's not even noon yet here. So you're more than 12 hours ahead? 12:38 a.m.? Wow. Yeah, it's an hour and a half to noon for me here. It's 11:38. 10:38. Jeez, I can't even read right. Hello, ND Beats. And things are going really good. I'm really happy. I really appreciate everybody helping out and doing it. Yeah, that's absolutely in the plans. So we watched the video last night, like I want to say it was like 40 minutes or something like that. It was visiting the slums in Tokyo, Fukuoka, and how it's close to South Korea, like the closest main city in Japan, closest to South Korea, and you get a lot of wackadoos. It's got like 1 or 2% foreign-born interest. Yeah, so we were looking up a lot of stuff about it last night. Absolutely. So I plan on doing it. And they were looking at some yakuzas that are missing their finger. They're I'm sorry. Magic tricks. I'm tired. I just woke up. My apologies. Yeah, I'm definitely coming to Fukuoka. This is how I act when I wake up. I love myself. I'm so happy. My health is where it should be. I used to freaking hate. No, I almost did. I did a whoosh, whoosh. So I got that close to flipping the bird. But I can also whoosh, whoosh. I can also reverse flip the bird. I can also do this. I can also do this. And I can do this. Most people can't wave with their pinkies without the other fingers moving. I can say hi. So that used to be my secret handshake. When I used to grab people's hands, I used to tickle their palms with my pinky. Yes, the perfecter is 2%, but all the foreigners are concentrated in the Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Like they have USA Town there, like America Town, like they have like, you could do it. I mean, so it was 2 retirees, and they were talking about real yakuza in Fukuoka. I mean, that's what at least they were all over. Like Tokyo and Fukuoka, whatever pronounce. Throwing up the dub. It's like California. What up, Gary? Gary. Yeah, throwing up the dub. Where are we at here? Oh, is that my head? Oh, it is my head. Okay, sorry. Tired. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, give me some more. 5, 6, Nike kicks. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was called. It was just called. It was called Slums. Slums in Japan is what we looked up. Alicia we started watching it like 2 days ago, but we started watching it like damn near midnight, so I only watched like 3 or 4 minutes of it. So we finished it yesterday. Slums in Japan. Yeah, it's called Entering the Slum. Entering the slum that Japan doesn't want you to see. So it's like if you type in slums in Japan, I mean, it's this third one down that it comes up for me. Slums in Japan. Drew Binsky. Entering the slums they don't want you to see. And then he goes in and he goes through, which is really weird. He goes into the slums and nobody will talk to him. So they go back and they buy a bunch of tall boy beer and they come back and then people still won't talk to him, but at least they'll let him sit near him and whatever. So they're just drinking his beer. And apparently they're like old Yakuza. What up, Magic Mama? I knew they were real, but I thought they were going by nice. No, and that's what they want you to think too, because like the mob in America, everybody thought they were gone by the '90s too, but then come to find out, like four mobs families in America just got busted in this nationwide sports betting thing. So, who do you think the Democrats are? Like how the Democrats aren't Democrat anymore? And they're just like robbing the treasury. Like the Democrats aren't Democrats anymore. If you're over 30, you know that the Democrats don't do Democrat stuff anymore. They're completely financial now. They're completely whatever's in the best interest for them. And then come to find out, it looks like a bunch of these are tied to the mob. Like the reason they don't care that crime's going up is because drug sales and stuff are going up, which is helping the cartel who are in bed with the mob. Yeah, it's all crazy. Do you recall how racist Minecraft is? I do recall. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's a video somewhere on YouTube with a bunch of Yakuzas trying to get into an office building. Four guys up fighting like 20 people with meat cleavers and yeah, you know. And one of the weird paranoia things about them, and they say the guys say they do a lot of heroin and stuff like that, so which is wackadoodle. But I don't. But so I'm guessing a lot of them also do the opposite of that, if you know what I'm talking about. So they're probably all kind of paranoid, and so it seems like most of the violence perpetrated by them are to stop or prevent violence against them and their family. So if they think someone's going to be violent towards them and their family, they just go out and them first. I mean, is it true? Is it true some politicians that were Republicans? Other way around. Some of the politicians that were Democrats became Republicans. Do you recall what happened to my banner? Yes, it got. Would you consider that desecration, Space Cal, or would you consider that good? I consider it growth. I know an old Russian man in Fukuoka. Insane. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. He owns a European-style bar. They say a lot of them do. So this one guy that he was retired Yakuza, he had like his pinky was that gone, and he had to cut his own fingers off because he didn't do something proper. Anyway, after he went to prison and he got out, and he got out of the Yakuza, he was willing to talk with this YouTuber, and then one of the his sister, his sister doesn't want to be in the streets, so she owns a bar, which is like a safe house for the Yakuza. They have like private rooms and yada yada yada. I consider that vandalism. He told me 30 years ago there was a gunfight with the Yakuza and the Russian mafia. Listen, until the mobs will always grow. As long as there's crime, there will be mobs and mafias and whatnot, cartels, all that. As long as there's money to be made in crime, and there always will be. When the government, when the American government did the whole RICO crackdown and got rid of the mobsters, they didn't get rid of the mobsters. They get rid of the ones that got given up, and then the actual ones that didn't get given up, like the main guys, recreated and they laid low, and they did things like Vegas and stuff like that, and then prostitution. And then when OnlyFans and stuff came out, they continued doing their own thing. So now they can go to a girl, get her addicted to something, and say, you're going to be on OnlyFans, or I'm going to... So then they started making more and more money. Then they wanted to make even more money. So then they started online betting. And then now that they got busted out for setting numbers, they come to find out that they're using that a lot of these online gambling apps aren't actually ratioed properly. Or Yakuza is fucking evil. Do you remember Junko? Yes. The MMA guy, Yunka. Yeah, Yunko. Junko? Yeah, he's badass. Lamb chop. Money, 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 money. Hey, what up, Lamb? Yeah, so there always will be, and they'll always listen. Lucky Luciano from the Italian mob family. Don't remember the mob family's name exactly at the moment. They let him out of jail to teach new, because when the mobsters used to be the only way to get lottery tickets, lotto numbers, running numbers. The United States politicians wanted to do lotto for the state, but they couldn't sell good. They couldn't do a proper lotto. So they got Lucky Luciano and they traded him for time out of jail. At least this is what I was told. We can look it up later. I'm going to look it up around. Time out of jail to teach them how to run the lottery. And I want to make sure to double check before I lie. Lucky Luciano's connection to the New York lottery. Okay, hold on. So Lucky Luciano, New York Lottery, didn't run the official New York Lottery but ran highly organized illegal gambling operations, including the numbers racket beta policy, which directly competed and functioned like the lottery before the state legalized it. So they legalized lotto. Hold on, let's keep going. With Dutch Schultz controlling rackets and Luciano overseeing mob structure. His empire after prohibition exploited gambling and prostitution. But hold on. Lucky Luciano teaching key figures involved. The state's takeover. In the mid-1930s, they did a crackdown. They didn't convict Luciano, so they prosecuted him, but they didn't convict him. And then they deported him. They asked him for information. The essence, Luciano's connection is what set up. He was the architect for the New York Lottery. The New York Lottery. So they had their own, and they replaced it with the one that he was running, establishing a blueprint for the large-scale organized gambling for the city. So they took a guy, they took a mobster, they arrested him, and they said, "Oh, you're doing this crime really well. Let's make it legal, and the whole state can do it and benefit from it." So if they did that once, don't you think they did it again and again and again? They find people that, listen, the largest fraud in food stamps was found in the fraud office of the food stamp department. The fraud, like $900 million was stolen by like 70 people in the food stamps department. They caught somebody doing fraud and they said, "Oh, this is good, this works." So they multiplied it. It's like the same playbook over and over again. I love the Roadman. I'll have a word in it. Man, damn. What up, Magic Mama? Politicians are mobsters, 100%. And here's the difference. Now, at least today, what it appears from what's publicly available, the current iteration of the Democrat Party is in bed with the Mexican and South American mafias. That's why they don't care. They just let the drugs flow over and everything flow over to that because it's massively profitable. And then the Republicans are probably in bed with the American mobsters. So that's what it appears like. There's a reason they want their arm. The Democrats were like, "Hey, no, let's have an army of people come over." And I'll tell you something about DEI. And I've told, if I'm repeating this for anybody, So the reason they wanted to defund the police, and they were so passionate about it, was so that they would fire a bunch of police officers. Then it wouldn't work. Then the people would riot and be like, "We need police officers." And they're like, "Yeah, we screwed up. Now we're going to hire thousands more than we had before. But DEI." So now they wouldn't hire people because they were black or whatever. They would hire people that were involved with them. So it was a way to stack the deck. Contra the Lambs. Contra, great game. You left your watch at home. Yeah, leave your watch at home. Screw it. At Lamb's house. Are you coming over to Lamb's house? Time is an illusion. Time is a human construct. Like gender. It's just a really small penis. Sorry. Where can I add something here? And oh, no way! Bam, that's so awesome. Oh, I can add. Oh, look at this. Sorry. You guys want to see my hoodies? That's a lot of money. That's the cheap ones. I gotta find out how to get the prices down. Let me see if this works. This would be so cool. Hold on, is this working? Okay, Freeman visit store, okay. Does it work? No way! Did it work? I don't know if it worked or not. Okay, we'll see. Oh, I think it's working. Okay, maybe it's not working. I can't tell. I can't tell if it's working or not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Anyway, my gender is frogman. Is there any solution to the madness? So this is the thing, Magic Mama. This is the solution to the madness. The people that profit off of the American people, whether it's illegal or not, that are Americans, unfortunately, whatever, fortunately or unfortunately, the mob is going to rule. They've got unlimited wealth. Men will always like prostitutes. Women will always like drinking and drugs. Same with and to be, you know what I'm saying. So the thing is, crime will always be beneficial to people that want to promote crime. Crime will always be financially. It'll be a good payoff for a lot of people. So it'll always exist. So they want to make sure when they have huge organizations, they need to make sure that they can operate. Some gangs are violent and some are nonviolent. We need to find the nonviolent gangs that'll let people do what they want to do and not push their crime on other people. Like pushing prostitution, saying sex work is real work and stuff like that. That's crazy bullshit because they wanted to expand their empire and that's messed up. So when they got into office, they tried to expand their empire saying more girls do this, more girls do that. Drugs are fine. Let's leave. All that was to make the narco terrorists and the narcos more money because even if they legalized drugs in America, it would increase the price of them drugs by taxes and whatnot. So then people would go back to grab them from the black market guys. So yeah, it just increases, and they know this. They know all of this. So yeah, the thing is you have to find the lesser of two evils. What up, Paul? Rich will come on later. Yeah, get the band back together. Let's do it, man. What up, Xander? How do I join the Discord? You just click download Discord, click the link, just like you used to. What up, Hiroshi? I think it's, yes, Hiroshi. What up, Nipples Malone? Is this Bill Nuevo? All right, you'll be on live tonight. Bill Nye. Is that Nipples Malone? It must be cold in here. I gotta wake up. Nipples balloon. So this is the thing. The no kings, that's never gonna happen. This is what's gotta happen. Do you know how much money? It's logical. How much money do people pay and invest to get someone to be president? Do you think they want to spend billions of dollars in various investments in order to promote somebody to president and not benefit from that? They always will. It's not bad to have a king if the king is good and fair. The problem is when the king doesn't care about their people. Some kings are just, some kings are fair. And the thing is about America is they're allowed to act like a king to certain extents if the people, the thing is about laws and things. I think so many people are so easily influenced by what they hear on the internet from influencers that tell them, oh my goodness, this is so great. Like, you know, like most of the girls, like 99% of the girls that were promoting OnlyFans were lying about their wages. Like, I made $12 million last week and I was wearing a bikini. They're lying because it's like a pyramid scheme. The more girls that they hire under them, and it's the same thing that prostitution's been done since the dawn of time. You get a guy who gets a girl, he convinces the girl to be a prostitute. She finds more, as she starts to age out, she gets more younger girls, and then she gets a portion of their, and it's the same thing, it's the same pyramid scheme. So OnlyFans is just digitalizing what's always been, but then they tried to make it cool and fashionable. $45 for a crosser. Brother, I don't know, man. Listen, it's supposed to be $43. It's a zip. So I have one. I make $3 on that. It should be more or less. I can find one that doesn't have a zipper or is lesser quality. See, the problem is, Andy, I tried to I don't wear hoodies and stuff. I've got one decent hoodie, but that was like $45. But I got to find other manufacturers. I just hurried up and said, cool, 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 and grabbed the highest quality, the most sold, with like the most popular products and stuff like that. And I was looking at other guys' stuff. It's like T-shirts are $45, and they say wait 6 to 8 weeks for delivery. These are available. I don't know. I don't expect this. I think it's cool representation, and I think the thing's cool. And there's T-shirts and stuff on there too. But talk to me about it. We'll get it figured out. I can't really see, at least through the company that I go through, if I were to buy a bunch of them, then I would have to have capital to buy like 1,000. Then I could drop the price by like more than a third. It's like $13 less per garment. If you don't do direct. So if they get an order, they make that shirt or product, then they ship it. Because I don't have money. So I guess the point is to wait until if I make some money, then I can say, okay, now give me 1,000 of these, make a print 1,000, and then it'll be like a lot cheaper. I'll show you. Full transparency. Let's see. We're going to. Where's my YouTube? I forgot it's connected to YouTube. Store, go, store, close. Man, I'm talking myself into a frenzy. Back, store. Back store, band, new tab. Bam, settings, earn, store, shopping. 115 people already looked at my stuff. Okay. Shopping. We're gonna go to the view store. No, that's not what I want to do. Fine, can I go? See more. Watch ads. Shopping. How do I edit the store? How you're doing? See more. Top right. Earn. Where's the shopping at? Shopping. Manage products, stores. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, and I got to change all the editing and whatnot too. 6 work is real work. Come on, how about 7 or 8 your time? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 7's fine. 7's better. In The Godfather, Vito Corleone chose not to go into illicit drugs, which offered him a big cut of the profits. Right, and this kind of stuff actually exists. Some evil people aren't that evil. Like, yes, like we weren't supposed to produce alcohol during Prohibition. This is what created the mob, and so by putting Prohibition in, they got rich because people didn't stop drinking. It could be made easier. Guarantee there are better candidates in the country, like Tony Robbins or Jordan Peterson. I agree with that too, especially women who are more easily influenced. That's actually true. This is why there's the pink tax. Like if you want to buy a razor and the razor is made for women, it's 50% more because they do it. And I think that the whole gender separation, like extremism stuff, made girls be like, no, I'm definitely not a man. So then they paid more money. So the government made this whole identity politics thing, and then the companies have profited off of it. You know, I cleared 3K today, so I'm happy. Nice way to go. Oh, 3K pounds. That's really good too. I had to recreate everything. I'll that'll be up there too, brother. What up, Totes Normal? Where do you click on the Discord? It's here. Hold on. Yes, E-Box. I absolutely remember you, brother. What up, my guy? How you doing? I'm doing good, Jojo. How about 450? Erwin looked at my stuff. The Discord. It's pinned. It's the pinned comment in the chat where it says join Discord. Click on it, and you'll see. What up? Hell yes, Ground. So found someone to talk to. Absolutely, my brother. Okay, store. How do I edit my store? Oh shit! Manage products, display products on channel, stores, products approved. Find help center. Create own selection. This used to be easier. Latest updates. Find help. Help center. Overview. Get earnings. Branch shopping is usually how to do it. And then manage products. Create your own selection. View stores. Add another store. Connect products. Merge stores. Maybe it's because I'm live right now. It's in management mode. Favorite new channel. Thank you, Bear brother. Oh, that's your Bracciato. Oh, Bracciato is. Have you ever seen US UFO? I've seen lots. So I was very, very lucky as a kid. My brother, I have an older brother. When he was working, he was working a job. I think it was at like I want to say it was at like Domino's Pizza or Papa John's or so. And the manager, the guy that owned that franchise, was a big fan in amateur astronomy, and he had this like it was a telescope, big ass. It was like 5 foot long. It had like a 6-inch mirror on the inside and a bunch of different optics. He gave it to my brother because he bought like an 8-inch, larger one, and so he never used the smaller one. So we were able to like look. We could actually see mountains and craters on the moon, not just see the moon looking like this big, but looking onto the moon. It was absolutely great. So we were able to do a lot of stuff, and this wasn't digital controlled. We had to use maps and compasses and stuff in order to. So we've seen a lot of things, a lot of stuff that didn't make sense, a lot of stuff that didn't make sense. But I mean, I didn't see like an actual spaceship that said like, had like a freaking license plate on it and shit. I haven't seen any conclusive proof. And this wasn't digital. This was all just optics and mirrors. So it's not like we had photos of anything or anything. But we've seen a lot of shit. 43 for hoodie is crazy. I mean, I'll find a less thick version because it goes by the weight of the fabric. Like if I don't know, I just said what's the best type shit. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Stop trying to be me, Moo. I'd love to tell it. Strangable. Stangable. Stang. I think it's strang. All right, brother. Thank you, my friend. I think I'm the anti-brain rot on the internet. That's what I think I'm here to do. Strangable. What do you want? What do you want on the wall there, brethren? Oh damn! I almost stepped on my projector. Oh. I'm too old for this. What do you want? Strangable? Dude, don't listen to that 43 hours. Okay, good. I was about to say, I looked around other places and they're like 60 people, but I think $60, they're trying to make $20 on a hoodie. I'm like, I'll make 3, it's fine. Because I would rather just have the stuff out there. Yeah, I'll get yours up there too. What up, But Why, brother? I know you're up here. I just wrote you up here yesterday. But why? Oh, geez, I'm going to fall off this looking backwards like this. Whew. Oh, she's always on round or team. B2B, Redbeard. Oh, geez, be like, full on hard. Okay. All right, brethren, there you go. Full on hard. Bear the mass. Oh, geez, dude. B-E-A-R. Bear the T-H-A-L-M-M-A-S-S. Bear the mass. Oh, man. I'm clicking on not working. Okay. Do you have Discord? Xander, go to Discord and send a friend request to I Fail First. The name that's on there. No spaces. I Fail First. Send me a friend request. I'll send you an invite. Thank you, Stangable brother. Thank you. What up, Figgleston? Excellent use of free will, sir. Thank you, Figgleston. Thank you. Why do you have those subs written up there? Dude, listen. I appreciate the hell out of everybody subbing. You know how difficult it is to get subs, but without doing like, You know how difficult it is to get subs with your mind, like not being just brain rot trash. You know, it's very difficult. I've been doing this for over a year now, and I just got over 1,000. I mean, I got like 1,500 now, and my memory is pretty good. I can usually find people's names in a less than 30 seconds on the wall, even if they haven't been here in like 8-9 months. So I think this is my logic. I think most people just want other people to know they exist, and if I can help give that for free, I don't. The subscribing is free, and me doing this just costs me the cost of a marker and some green screen material in reverse. No problem. But I'll be back. See, Stangle, I got a brethren. Theophilus, the awfulest. Pronounced Theophilus. Oh, Theophilus. Gotcha, Bear. Gotcha, my brother. Can you put Mukau's forehead on the wall? Finance have 5 liters of paint. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, so I need a way to connect with my subscribers more than just thanks for subscribing next, thanks for subscribing next. And if you ever want, you can remember the video or ask, and if as long as it's not too difficult, then I'll dang it, I'm gonna fall over here. Oh, where's that? Oh, there you are, but why? There you are. There you are. And this is why I do it. This is why I do it. So now you got a bunch of people coming through. And if anybody wants any help growing in YouTube, you just got a full 5 minutes of 5 minutes of communicating back and forth. So it'll help other people. And then if you start streaming or doing, and other people say, "Hey, I remember this guy doing this, doing that." Ow. Oops, I broke something. Oh shit! I forgot ND has superpowers. Oh damn! I'm downloading Discord. Can you put me up? Yeah, I got your name. I put your name on the wall yesterday, Xander. I put you on the wall yesterday, Xander. You don't need to join the Discord for it. You just ask. Yeah, I put you up here yesterday. Oh. Ow. Oh, dude. Oh, man. I'm too old for this, my neck. Kapil. Jealous. Maybe I didn't. I know, I totally remember doing it, too. Ah, dang it. There you go, Xander, brethren. Sorry, I know it's on here again. I know I put it up here yesterday. Compass stream to disassociate. Can you put glove without love on the wall? Love your vibe, man. Keep it up. Sure. Glove without love. Give me 1 second. Glove without love. Glove without love. Glove. Glove without love. Oh, shite. Okay, let's see. Your grandson's name is Xander. I'm not patient enough to handle trolls. Look, I tell you what. Listen, this is my duty. So many people are so used to brain rot, that the correct response to that is trolling. So when they come on stream, they have no idea I've got something, a channel to offer something more than brain rot. So they often start with whatever. And I can usually, I would say 9 times out of 10, they'll end up being, "Oh, dude, sorry for that, blah, blah, blah." I thought that, and they subscribe and whatever, and they become good friends. I'd say almost everybody that's constantly, like that's here every day has started as a troll. Can you put my name on the ceiling fan? Buy a hoodie, ND. No, I'll do it. Oh, no, I'm not gonna mess up my ceiling fan, because if I do that when I wake up looking at it and it's got one thing that's spinning on it, I'll probably puke. So I'm not gonna mess with my ceiling fan. Great, right? Good. Listen, comedy is my favorite thing. If someone can be a kick-ass troll, like a good witty, I appreciate that. You're absolutely crazy. Sorry, Walter, my brethren. Is scrolling trolling? Is scrolling trolling? I mean, if you're trolling while you're scrolling. Can you put a picture of Eddie's face on a dartboard? I think I may have a dartboard upstairs. I used to have a dartboard that I used so frequently that like it started to like turn inside out. The fibers, as you keep hitting it over and over and over and over again, it started to puff out. It started to get lumpy and whatnot. I do it. I love being the villain. I just got back from my D&D session. How you doing, Duo? I don't think scrolling's trolling, but some people troll. They say they like to come in. Like the first time I ever see their name, they're saying whatever. I just farted, blah blah blah, whatever, because they don't know what to say. They don't know what's going on, and some people do that. Dude, I one of the girls I dated for 4 years in my life, I started with a troll. We were in a bar restaurant, and we ended up talking a little bit, and she's never eaten Chinese food before, so she didn't know the difference between the duck sauce and the mustard, hot mustard. So I said, yeah, this is sweet and sour, and this is honey mustard. And she took one of the fried noodles, and it had like a popped bubble on it, so it was like a spoon, and she dipped up probably about 5 doses worth of hot mustard. She was blonde, pale. She turned red. She was looking at me like, why did you do this? Well, we ended up in love with each other that night and stayed together for 4 years. So trolling can sometimes lead to pretty cool stuff. What's up, Lorraine? Howdy, it's cold and 10 buck 2? $2 Is there a $10 I wonder if there's a $3 and a $4 Great, now I gotta look into this. You made a short fart song yesterday and somebody said they parted it. Bam! I don't know why I do these things. I don't know why I do it. Bear, someone commenting and bringing fun banter in is funny. Someone who just straight up insults people with right, absolutely. And I think so many people have given up on the internet because most everything on the internet is absolute garbage. It's absolute trash. Is it really $10 too? I gotta look it up. I'm not near my computer. I got a tablet around here somewhere. Tablet. Oops. Okay, it's not gonna sit there. Sorry. All right. There we go. We'll do this. No, that won't work either. Dang it, class. Okay. Wolf. Xander, that's why the link didn't work. People are getting too comfortable talking shit without Mike Tyson. Agreed. Listen, there's a reason we've got Knuckles. Regardless what you feel about it, regardless what you think, actions have consequences. And the problem with our wuss-ass government previously was they didn't want any actions, even bad actions, to have consequences for certain people. So they were like, basically, go ahead, do reputation destruction, do this, do that. You can't even get slapped for it. You promote slapping people? If someone hits you, or your child, or a family, do you think, oh, stop, please? Okay, no, I'll wait till you're done. No, that's 86. Done. No. People have to understand the laws and the rules of the law. They have to understand Good Samaritan laws. They have to understand that self-defense doesn't just mean against yourself. You can stand up for other people physically. If someone is beating on somebody, you can self-protect the person being beaten. Self-protection doesn't just mean yourself. It means protecting another self, so to speak. So people have to know this. And these are the things that don't get taught at all. So people just stand by while other people get beat up and be like, man, in a few months, he's probably going to get arrested for this if the cops find out about it. But Yeah, it's bullshit. So, no, people, yeah, it's reality for a lot of people, Sally. Understood, but brother, Stephen Hawking never stood up. He rolled up on him. He rolled up on him. Oh, jeez. I freaking love jokes. I love jokes. Somebody should clip that. Actually, I'm going to clip it. Bam, bam, create clip, bam. Oh, me, oh, my. So, also, today's the day we're going to spread the word to the rest of the world. I'm going to start streaming tonight after me and Lamb stream, or after me and Lamb stream, I'm going to stream on, I'm going to co-stream, dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. So I'll have this vertical stream feed available, and I'll also have the horizontal full screen available. Made him puke. I'm a funny guy. How do I make my own live stream? You need if you're under 16, Xander, you need 1,000 subscribers. Made him puke when he rolled up on him. I'm enjoying this channel thoroughly. Thank you, Stangable. You play BG3. The only game I'm currently playing right now is with the community. I've got a Minecraft server set up here in the studio, and on the Discord, there's a link to that. We're playing that through January. We set it up right around Christmas. We're playing that through January. Throwaway moved wrongly. Anyway, so this is and we'll do something, either reset the world. So I've been flying and doing teleporting and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about it. We might reset that after, or we might archive this and start another one. We'll see. Something's gonna happen. I'll be playing something. So recess is important. You can't just be like, okay, learning shit. You gotta tell some fart jokes. You gotta wrestle around. So gaming is important. It is important. Okay. If you're over 16, what's the rules? 50. You can stream from a laptop. You can stream day one, or if you start a YouTube account, you have to say, I want to live stream. They take 24 hours to verify your account, but you need 0 subscribers to stream from a laptop or a computer, from webcam. From a phone, if you're over 16, you need 50 subscribers and then you can stream mobile, like what we're doing now. Where's your woman at in there? I ain't got no woman. This is all lonely. So lonely. Got to switch the games up and keep the convo open. Agreed. No, I've dated a lot. I've had 10-year relationships, 4-year relationships, 7-minute relationships. So I'm 49 now. I want to continue to build the channel. I want to expand the channel. We need to start helping guys out. We need to start making sure guys' mental health are straight. And the problem with women that try to do this online that I've seen is they want to do it publicly. They want to be like, this is why you don't have a girlfriend. This is why your mental health bad. And they want guys to be vulnerable in public. That's what bars used to be for. So a guy could go to the bar and be like in a public area that didn't have kids and chicks around that just wanted to be wackadoodle, especially immaturity. And they could say, dude, I'm going through something. And somebody would be like, okay, let's help you out. This is what we need for people. I'm eventually going to find a woman to do the same for women, but she's got to be like-minded. She can't be freaking liberal on Wednesday, conservative on Thursday, Satanist on Friday. We can't have just wackadoodles, So we got to find somebody that's got a platform. And yeah, so I'm going to use my platform. Anyway, wonder why you need subs. But why? That's because so many, 51% of all traffic on the internet is non-human now. It's AI. 51%. More stuff that you see was made by was not a human making AI making AI videos and stuff like that. So you need to get out there and actually, and the thing is, they need to be verified subs. Because I could go out right now, swipe my credit card and buy 1,000 subs. But they're not verified subs, they're fake. So you have to prove yourself. Minecraft was fun. Minecraft was fun the first few weeks, but you get boring when you try a lot of the features. Right? I mean, I'm still finding new stuff every day. I mean, because you played it a lot before I did. I just started. I played like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I played it for 5 minutes, and it was single player. And then I just finally started playing multiplayer for the first time. Why do I need subs for mobile broadcast? Yeah, that's why. So it's not just people coming on and just saying wackadoodle stuff, not worrying about if you work the time up to get 1,000 subs, you're more likely to follow the rules. It's to keep the yes, I agreed there, Andy. Yeah, to keep the gooners and OF miles away. Because think about it, if you could just start a new account, get on and pull your boobs out and say go to my OnlyFans, it would be hours and hours and hours before that's found and removed. And then they would get their traffic over to the OF. And that's not cool. Because think about, people don't care about the damage they do to other people. Whack-a-doodle. Yes, Walter. Satanist on Friday killed me. Depends how good or waking is, or whack-a-doodle is. What type of AI are you using? I'm not using, I use the AI search. Like, I don't use AI for anything else. I mean, I don't do anything else. Or I'm no type of AI. I can do anything. I can do this. I guess AI can probably do it too. Get the gooners out here. Yeah, listen, if you want to be a loser, total overall loser in life, spend hours gooning instead of being productive. It's the absolute one of the worst things you can do for yourself if you want to be productive. If you're married and doing that, you're not in a good marriage. So if that's just gooning is just people that are like, they feel bad all the time. They're not always out of shape, but not healthy typically. And then they're like, but it makes me feel good. Well, why don't you feel good normally? Why don't you fix that? Instead of pulling up prawn and freaking wackadoodling, why don't you say, hey, let's go get a blood test. Let's see if I'm freaking deficient in something. Let's get that taken care of. I let AI summarize videos. Yes, that's fine. That's fine because you can go to the video and get reference points and see the actual point. That's fine too. My point is when you have absolute fake, you have men in other countries advertising fake prostitute AI women in your country in order to make it, to popularize it and to benefit from it. That's not good. People need to talk to people that have a soul, that give a shit. Blood test would be a good start. And listen, get the blood, you can absolutely go to your doctor. You don't need to. You can go to a lab and get the blood test results and they'll give you the results to you. So then you can say, okay, I don't know what methylcobalamin is, but I'm going to look it up. Okay, that's vitamin B12. It's low. I should take some of that. Like, you can do that. Remember, you don't have a headache from a lack of Tylenol. It's not, the reason you have a headache is because Tylenol exists in nature and you have a lack of Tylenol in your body and you need to, that's not how it works. That's symptom control. Find out why. If you have headaches all the time, find out why. Does joking make you feel good? I guess if you continue doing it until, but I don't fuck around at all. We went through my complete search history and everything on my old computer on stream. Like, I was getting called out, so I pulled it up. No OnlyFans links, no Pornhub links, no nothing. I don't fuck around at all. It's a waste of time. Once you're finally healthy, it's a waste of time, especially if you want to grow something. If you spend, I don't know how much time, an hour doing that, you could just go live for an hour and talk about something until the thought passes. It's better. It's pickle tickling, Cole. Tickling your pickle. Blood test would be a great start. Yes. AI is a great tool for a lot of stuff, but for your own sake, don't overuse it or you'll kill your discipline and creativity. I agree. Exercise. Right. Sadness is often an issue in your body, and exercise can push the sadness out of your body. The endorphins that replace these other chemistries make you feel better for longer. Kids today won't even know what's real anymore with AI. Right. I agree. I use AI to study a lot. I'll describe my understanding of a topic but it correct me if I was wrong. Very useful. Yes, yes, yes. There it is, Adam. But you have to double or even triple check. When I use AI, it's usually always on stream. Whenever I'm doing anything that's not like manual labor, I'm streaming. And so if somebody wants to talk about something and I happen to know about it, I'll say what I believe is true. Then we'll do a quick Google search and gives an AI summary. If that matches what I say and I know it's correct, then it's fine. If it says something against what I say and I know it's correct, we dig in and we show people that, look, AI is not always right. Usually low on crack. Walter, I'm not bisexual at all. Listen, a lot of people use sexuality as playing cards. I want to have sex with my wife to have children and then for enjoyment of each other. And I'm not interested at all in spending any time or any money or any resources on dating wackadoodle chicks. Definitely not wackadoodle guys for one night stands and shit. It's a complete money resource burn. The people that are elite in this world want you to believe that you're lonely because you feel bad because you're lonely, when they just want you to burn all your money as a youth and will never compete with the elites. The problem with elites isn't that they're elite. It's that the elites we have now are often assholes. We need people that are willing to distribute and help people. The adverse effects of gooning. Bigger right arm, right. Or left. Madam, I am Adam. I agree with AI. Agree with me or disagree with me, depending on how I word a question. That's exactly right. It's called not conservation bias. Can't remember the bias it's called. Damn it, can't remember what it's called. Something bias. It wants you to be happy with it. So if I jump off of a building, can I do a backflip? It says, yes, you can absolutely do a backflip if you jump off of a building. Okay, but what about the rest? And like a human would say, that's a bad idea. If you just want the truth without a soul, like, hey, let's not jump off of buildings. Why don't we do a backflip on something else? Like, it doesn't guide you at all. It doesn't guide you in a better direction. Need to be very careful with what you ask. Left gang used to be right gang. Something happened 10 years ago. I think I just used AI fine. You're right. Eric says, stick to your blood test results into ChatGPT and get a health plan. Yes. So your first time getting your blood test results, you're not going to know what you're looking at. Stick it into something like ChatGPT and get a health plan. Then spend the next hour or two going over everything it says, making sure you now understand sans AI. Without AI, nobody. Then you know, because if it says something like, yes, you should frickin' stick. Blah, 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 you know, okay, it's kind of crazy. Just because a lot of people do something doesn't mean it's good. And the problem with AI is it's just a glorified search engine for most AIs. So if there's a lot of websites that say, hey, I take creatine in the butthole, then it'll say the best way to take creatine is in the butthole. Because there's thousands of people. So you can it's wackadoodle. Salami kid. Salami lid won't fit. Salami lid won't fit. Remember when we was younger and we saw Bigfoot or ghost video on YouTube? The mystery has completely vanished. Right. AI is always right. What's up? I am Guardy. What up, John Donna? AI is always right. Cole's got to poop. What hobbies would you suggest to men? 100% exercise needs to be involved. Needs to be one of your hobbies. You won't like it until you experience it. You have to realize that that's right. The second hobby should absolutely be your body, should be your health. My biggest hobby is making sure I feel like this without drugs. One of the biggest things I promote is B12, methylcobalamin. I promote that the government tells you the RDA is 2.4 micrograms. Okay? That's what they say you should take a day. I take 200,000 times that. 208,333% the daily value. I take 5,000 micrograms. So that's much more beneficial. You have to know if you're in deficit or not. This guy is smart. Thank you, Farm Life, brother. Okay, so also I've got chickens. So construction, building something you're proud of, not just digitally, but real life. Like I've got chickens and stuff. They're chilling up here. There's probably a hawk. I built this. I've got greenhouses. I've got, and these aren't just cats and dogs. These things make me eggs by cleaning bugs and shit from around my property. You know, and so I've got this stuff is, look, it's 35 degrees out here right now. I've got beautiful things growing. I've got things I built. I put 2 dumpsters in my front yard every year, and all of my neighbors throw away their stuff in it. Then I go through it and I pick out what I want. I've built awesome stuff with that for free. Some people threw away a bunch of PVC and stuff. So I take the PVC and I bend it into an arc, and I made this hoop house. This hoop house is just PVC, and then one pole from a chain link fence that they threw away. Then I got more of these chain link fence poles, and somebody threw away a pool covering. So I used the chain link fence poles, put a center post up, and then pulled it over. And then now this is the part that used to cover the steps. And so I have all this. I have all this storage. This stuff was all given to me. So I've doubled the size of this building. Everything I can use. This house and property in Georgia was $205,000. You can find shit. If I'm gonna live in New York because chicks are so hot, cool. You do that. You spend freaking 9 times more than you have to while you're trying to build wealth. Don't spend like that until you've built your wealth, and don't act like you're wealthy when you're not, because that's what will keep you poor. That's what most influencers want you to do. Any other methods for what? Chickens are the best. Yes, thank you, mindset, brother. Mini chess, mindset, mini chess. The meth OD. Who OD'd on meth? Brother, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's the method. Method. I built my first fire. Since my father never bothered to teach me anything. It's truly amazing to be able to do something on your own. The man himself, I don't know how old you are now, my brother, but if you're not in your 40s yet, you can find other father figures. Absolutely. I know the depression that's involved. It's absolutely possible. I was absolutely blessed. My parents are still, my mom and dad, I live 2 doors down from them. My mom's at jury duty right now. I've got an older brother and a younger sister. My sister still lives in Maryland with her husband. My brother moved down to Georgia. I moved down to Georgia to follow my parents. I'm in Florida. Come down for a drink. I'll be in Florida in about a month, Stang. I'll be in Mount Dora. Madam stole my jokes and shit. I'm in Roanoke. Right now, I'm 20 minutes south of Atlanta, Georgia. 30. Depends how fast you drive. Do your parents know you're gay for your brother? No, they don't know that. Neither do you. Neither do I, Dizzy. Dizzy. I retold it better, bro. I'm pure evil. Don't trust me. Nah, I didn't. I mean, sorry, Dad. I want to tell you guys something about dealing with trolls and stuff. Learn from funny people. Like the gay brother thing isn't that funny, but I would definitely use it against somebody else when I'm trolling them. No, I wasn't gay with my brother. Right. But what most people want to see is they want to see you break down. What are you talking about? No. Everything's fine. Oh, that's my dirty. I'm 33. My current boss is a badass father figure. Awesome. Good. There's certainly dudes out there that could work out as good dad figures out there. Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. Good morning, Home Gym Wellness. Look what happens. We're talking about working out and feeling better, and Home Gym Wellness comes sliding in. That's freaking awesome. Yes, absolutely. I pray at home. I make my food at home. And listen, a lot of people, I think they overwhelm themselves saying, oh, I can't grow my own food. When they think growing their own food, they think of acres and like, how would I need to hire slaves and shit? No, we're talking about little gardens that take 10 minutes to tend. And you can put it on YouTube while you do it and benefit from it. Love what Trump's doing. Me too, Bra Logic. I'm happy with the guy now. I'm surprised I flipped on it, but yeah, yeah. I'm actually, and considering he's the president of the land I live in, being against him when it makes sense. So that's going against logic. If I can benefit, my family can benefit from what's a politician is doing. You're not very bright if you're against that person just because some chick you want to bang that doesn't like you is anti-Trump, and you'd be like, well, maybe you should like me because I'm anti-Trump. Why are you anti-Trump? Because he's a racist. Well, so are you. So go find something else. So yeah, I've got these little gardens. Got these little gardens, and they got stuff popping up. These are like onions and garlic onions. I got a hydroponic setup that runs during the summer, but every season before the winter. These fences here were $16 each. They're called a cattle fence, and I have they're called rattlesnake green beans. They're about 3 feet long, and so I get a bunch of them. So for one family, considering hundreds of them, and each green bean's 3 feet long, you can cut them into little 3 or 4 inch sections and get tons and tons and tons of servings out of it. And then okra, hot peppers. These are ones that didn't do good, so these are sun drying right now. But then the tomatoes and whatnot, and they're on a pulley system. So as one gets weighed down, it pulls one off the ground away from the chickens and the deer and whatnot. I also collect all my rainwater, and so all the rainwater that hits my roof goes down into this a diverter right there. It goes into this bucket. There's a pump in the bucket that pumps it through these hoses out into my storage tanks back here. I also have a hand dug well right here. It only took about 6 hours to dig, so an hour a day for 6 days. And I hit the wrong button. When the neighbors see you doing it, they're like, what are you doing? I'm digging a well. I never dug a well. Well, come on, let's dig a well. And then they're like, hey, grab a beer, let's do it. Life's much easier than you think it is when you have people around you. And that's the problem with a lot of drugs and stuff. People hide because they want to use drugs and shit because they don't feel good already. So they hide from their neighbors and stuff instead of interacting with them. 5 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot, big. Daylight come and me one go. I do YouTube full time now, Stangle. I was in the music business well, I was in a band from 13, 14, 15, but from 19 to 26. And then in the movie industry for the past 15 years, I left last January. I don't drink rainwater. No, that's for all the plants. I don't drink. So I'm very adamant. If you've never had your water tested, get it done. I don't mess with my water. I have the robot pot called a RoPot, and I've got a Berkey, which has 8 filters. It's got 4 carbon up top and 4 reverse osmosis filters at the bottom. This also has the same 4, but it pumps it through, so it works a lot faster. It also will tell you how many parts per million of dirt, funk, whatever is going in, and then when it's clean. So this takes out 114 parts per million out of my water, so it gives me water. Like you could, if you were a chemist and you needed pure water, you could start with that. You know a lot of, yes, I know a lot. Yes, I bet a whole lot of them. What up, Schroeder, Joel, brother? Yes, a lot. I bet almost everybody that was famous in the past 15 years. Like Atlanta, we've done, so Stranger Things, these people became super famous, I would say. Avengers Endgame, Suicide Squad 2, lot of big names in all of those. Jumanji 2, lots of big names. Jungle Cruise, lots of big names. What's up, Noms? I drank from horse troughs, put my otherwise dormant appendix to work by force. Yeah, and listen, it's not hard to get into the movie industry at all. People think the wrong way. Okay, how do people in the movie industry work in the movie industry? Well, these people work for this union. Okay, how do I get in this union? And you know how easy it is to get into a union? $1,700. And often, if you know 3 people that are in the union, even people that sweep floors and stuff, then you can join the union and pay that $1,700 after your first paycheck. So you don't even need the money up front. But people don't know this. They think, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start TikTok and I'm going to be like, 767. And yeah, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, life's a lot more simple than people think it is. The only reason movie stars are so famous is because they tell you they are. They tell you, they show you this $1 million house that they're probably leasing and this Bugatti that they're probably leasing because that shit's expensive. When you buy a $3 million car, it's not game over with that purchase. It's cost $30,000 to $80,000 to change the tires every few months. $80,000 for a lube and oil change. So you need $1 million a year to maintain your $3 million car. So you better. But a lot of these people don't understand that. This is why rich people go broke because they don't see the future. You've got to say, okay, how much is this car going to cost me in the next 5 years? Well, about $9 million. Well, wait, I thought it was only $3 million. Well, now you're learning something. Right, so people don't understand. People don't understand how maintenance works. And the thing is, in order to keep insurance on these cars, especially Bugattis and Bentleys and stuff, you have to have tires that have less than like 10,000 miles of wear on them, and they have to be replaced. Or if you get into an accident, they'll say you didn't replace your. Let's see. Let me pull some stuff up for you. I'm happy with 1999 Lexus. Yes, right, absolutely, yes. Look, I had a 2000. We were talking last night about J turns in my 2008 Nissan Altima. Yeah. I had a 2006. Honda Civic before that. Yes, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that crap. It's a lot of money. You listen, if you were going to buy a $50,000 car, you could buy a $4,000 car and invest $56,000 into silver or gold and make that money make you money. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oil change for a McLaren cost. Okay. $3,000. It's $300 in parts. $800 to $1,500 for an oil filter. $8,000 for an oil change. $8,000 for an oil change. Okay. McLaren tires and rim cost. Well, let's just see tires. Let's just see a tire change cost. Okay. So just purchasing them are $2,000 for 4 tires. Then 10 freaking grand for the higher end ones. Higher end 2,000 to 4,000. So that's freaking absolutely crazy. And you have to do that every 3 months. Or if you do burnouts and stuff like that, you got to do it sooner than that. It's absolutely crazy. 8 G's for an oil change, 420, brother. Silver went to overnight. It was at 95 yesterday when we were streaming. I haven't checked it yet today. But yeah, it was 95 yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 100 already. I mean, we'll see. There was a holiday yesterday, so it may have dropped a little bit, but we'll see. Silver spot price. No, it's okay. It's still at 95. It's 95.01. So it went down 0.04%. Yeah. So it's fine. So and right now people are selling it. Or there's bids. So anybody else sell it for 92. People are buying. So even if they're only getting $3 an ounce, people will buy it for that $3 because they know it's going to make them more money. It's projected to hit 100 by the end of the month, but we didn't think it was 89 a week ago. Right, yeah. That's good. No, $8,000. Yes, 55 expensive ripple synthetic. Not really. I mean, listen, if you don't have a supercar and you're a man, learn to do an oil change. It takes 10 minutes. If you can't because you're out of shape and stuff, get into shape. Listen, you've got to be able to move your body properly. You've got to be able to do things like this. Listen, you can get a 5-quart jug for like I'm going to say like $22 and $10 for an oil filter. So you could absolutely do this stuff. And to teach other people how to do it, if you've got a minute, film it. Put it on YouTube. Well, I don't have any subscribers. You will. You might in a year. Don't worry about today. Worry about the future. Okay, where was I at? Okay. A jug. Okay. What sizes does engine oil come in? Okay, 5-quart jug. So I was correct about that. All right. And let's find the cost. 5-quart jugs of 10W or 5W20. Okay, $20 at Walmart. $20 at Walmart. Synthetic is $46 or $39. So you can definitely find it. So that's like. So if you're doing it yourself, and then let's just say Honda Civic oil filter for a Honda Civic 1.9. Shopping prices. Shopping. $12. $12. Okay. So you can get them for $12. You could pay $14 if you want to. You can go to places and pay $18, but you can get them for $12. And these are Honda oil filters, not off-brand like Fram. How much is a Fram? Fram Ultra for synthetic is $9. So you can absolutely do this, and that's 5W. You can get 0W, you can get 10W, you can get different. So you can, depending on where you live and whatnot. But yeah, it's not hard. It's not difficult to do. If you get under the car and you can't get the oil plug out, then go somewhere. Don't break your car. But once you do that, and you say, hey, I can't get this off, blah 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 blah. Change the crush washer. You'll be fine. Go to not Tractor Supply. What's the place that sells all the wackadoo cheap stuff? Harbor Freight. Get what you need for $10. You can get an oil wrench and a oil filter wrench. Absolutely, that's crazy money, to be honest. Yeah, that's cheap. Yeah, that's what he thought. He's crazy cheap. Yeah, great advice. Thank you, brother. 8K every 3 months. Right. And that's not insurance. This is just maintenance. Plus, they're going to pay like $10,000, $12,000 or more if they ever wrecked anything a month, because the car is a few million. So then you're talking about, if it's $10,000 a month, that's $100,000 a year in insurance on one car. And you think they have one car? No, they've got 8, and they've got a house, and they pay a maid and a butler $80,000, $100,000 a year. So this, if you've got money, you're not rich. If you're making money, you're rich. Making more than you're spending. Gotta hit the sack, sir. Connect with your Discord. It's in there, Stangable. It's linked in the chat. But I Fail First is my name, and 110th grade is the channel. But it's linked in there, Stang, brother. I have a good friend who works as a mechanic, but he's a blessing. Yes. Everyone should have a friend that's a mechanic. Everyone should have a friend that has chickens. Everyone should have a friend that knows programming, computer technology, networking. There should be somebody like that in your circle. Don't just have a bunch of friends that all play soccer, because then you can benefit from soccer. Great, but what about the whole rest of your life? Matthew says, I know how an oil change, honestly, but my time. But absolutely, Matthew, absolutely. If it's not worth your time, then absolutely, that's convenience. If you would make more money by not wasting the time on the oil change, absolutely. I've had $3 million for a car. I would not buy a car. Right. Ironically, I have a Honda. That's what I had for years, till 2021. Yeah, 21. We are live, my dudes. What up, Robert, brethren? Do not go to Harbor Freight. It's not good. Listen, if you need an oil filter wrench, Harbor Freight is fine, because then you're only going to use it once every 3 or 4 months. Yeah, I'm not saying to get drill presses and stuff from there, but yeah, I'm talking about if you need an oil filter wrench and a single spanner. Poor little stupid rich adults just do math, man. Right? People don't do it. I plan on becoming a butcher. Listen, I know I have 2 buddies that are butchers, and they do very, very well. Very well. He learned, one guy in particular learned through, I think it was Walmart, and then he moved over from Walmart to Whole Foods, and he was making 140K a year for and working 8 hours a day. Everyone should have if you can never have too many friends. No, absolutely not. But you have to make sure they're friends. A friend who knows algebraic geometry. If you can't change your own oil, you aren't a grown man, says Space Cow. I change my own oil, so I know I know it's done right. I know it's done right. Mainly, right? Absolutely. I don't. Right. I understand that at all, Brett. Absolutely. If you collect toy train, Space Cowboy. Yeah. Listen, you should know how to do it. You should know how to do it. And if you know how to do it, it gives you a set of skills that you can use other places in life. A lot of people look at their car and be like, it just goes and I take it here. If you can understand how it works and understand, if someone goes and be like, oh, dude, this thing's $845 for an oil change because of it's actually an internal combustion engine. Most engines are internal combustion engines. This one's an internal combustion engine, so it's going to be more expensive. And you'd be like, shit, dude, okay, here it is. I didn't know that. Know that and be like, you're ripping me off. Because listen, most money made in automotive repairs is extra shit that wasn't necessarily required. It's called the upsell, and they absolutely train everybody to do it. Even large companies like Walmart got sued for it. They adjusted their scales to overweigh stuff. So if you put a pound of bananas on the scale, it said it was like 1.1 pounds. Oh, who cares? Well, that times every scale, times every register, times every Walmart is a shit ton of money. They got sued for, I'm going to say it was $40 million. Let's find out. I drive a Hyundai. What's up? I wrecked the Hyundai. Well, I was in the passenger seat. External combustion. Right. External combustion. Sorry. It's amazing. It uses gravity. It's got what's called a coil. Other cars have a distributor cap, but yours uses an electric magnetic coil that externally combusts. Damn, I didn't know that. 120. So yeah, dude, we usually charge 200, but 140, 120 if it's in cash, and you don't tell my manager. Oh, hey, you got some. Okay, what was I just looking at? I can't remember what it was. External combustion. I have a friend who with Bloomberg. Yeah. Yes. Right. I'm a grown lady. I could change my oil. I don't, but I could. Can embarrass mechanics trying to tell me. That's what you should be. That's what you should be, Calamity. That's what you should be. You should have the knowledge to not be ripped off. Absolutely. And call them out. My cousin, Kat, her name's Catherine, she's suing right now because they told her catalytic converter was put on backwards, and that's why she had poor engine performance when it was a bad spark plug and coil pack. And then they said, oh, well, the catalytic converter being on backwards ruined this, which ruined this, which ruined that. So now you should probably just blah, 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 blah. And then finally she's like, now you bullshitted me. And they documented bullshitting her. They put it in the documents, in the receipts. We don't talk about the Tiburon. The Tiburon, auto repairs is one of the biggest money. Oh, right, sorry. Walmart scale. Walmart scale lawsuit. Walmart scale lawsuit. $45 million. 45. The Walmart scalers are the $45 million class action for customers overcharged on weighed groceries, meats, seafood, and produce bagged between 2018 and 2024. So for at least 6 years, they had the scales rigged. There's a gas station on my town that cut off your gas 5 cents before what you paid for it. That's freaking crazy, dude. Dude, people are scammers. My brother got a cheap Hyundai i20. We had some good times in that car. Man, yeah, listen. Highly whippable. Next time they try to sell you brakes, ask for a caliper measure of the car. And ask them to document that. Say, can I get the caliper measurements and can you put that in the receipt? Like, I don't want to be told that, because they can say, "Oh, you're at like 3 millimeters." It's bad. You shouldn't even leave here. Really, we shouldn't even let you leave. My buddy got his brake pad skimmed at every service. What a sucker! Now he has a Mazda CX-5, much more whippable. If you're blowing through brake pads, then you are the problem. That's typically true. I personally think you're Adrian Brody's dad. What's up, Hardly Soft Taco? He's got a sensible taste. Good, yeah, good cars. Dropping the bucket for them. Yes, right. Me, not sensible. That happens to a lot of us. It costs to doing business if they get caught, right? Because they make so much. Listen, they made $45 million. They made I guarantee they made over $45 million on this scam. And it says from 2018 to 2024, but they may have been doing it since 1999. We have no clue. It's when somebody was like, hey, this is wrong. And then they started documenting it. And then so there was documents showing it. Walmart is saying, use your phone, take pictures of their bullshit. 100%. Get me behind the wheel of the Sierra XR6 ASAP, my guy. 15K, 5 months. You're sourcing parts later. Dang, dude. Mom and pop shops. Absolutely. If you should look in your community. Ask your friends and neighbors. You've got to talk to them. The biggest thing about COVID to spread the bullshit, they made people not talk to their community. You're going to kill your neighbors with COVID. No, no, no. Never listen to the government if they tell you not to be around other people and your only source of income is propaganda. Democrat or Republican, never do that. They're your servants. When they start acting like we serve them, it's time to frickin' vote people out. I'm thinking about getting a motorcycle license and getting a Honda Grom, a small motorbike with 90 to 140 miles an hour range. Brother, I don't recommend men or women, humans driving motorcycles. You can get a Prius with almost, I think it's like 60 miles per hour, 60 miles per gallon. But yeah, and how dangerous, especially if you enjoy the frickin' beverage and the smoke and whatnot. As wrecking is way bigger of an issue. Toyota parts definitely are everywhere. What up, Diddy Booty? Welcome back, my brethren. I didn't know if I'd see you again, Diddy Booty. Cat's in. It's cold outside. Cat is in. Cat's in. What the hell are you talking about? My cat's outside? My cat's right there. Neighbors are freaking crazy. Hey, look at my cat. I hear you. You ripping up toilet paper? Huh? I hear you, buddy. I'll let you sleep. These are my plants and my grow lights. Yeah. Hey, my 3D printer, my tooling. This is tile for a tile job I'm doing in here. I'm renovating a bathroom. Now, apparently, I might be selling this place. We'll see. Anyway, we'll see. That'll be coming out later. We'll figure it out. Depends on the car. What I miss here. Depends on the car, to be honest. It's dangerous, but it's cheap to own and drive. Yes, right. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Right. If you have a 5-8 minute commute to and from work, then that's one thing. But if you got to drive 40 miles to and from work every day, rush hour and shit on a motorcycle, at least in America, people are freaking nuts. Depends on the car, to be honest. Parts, absolutely. Amazon, Toyota, runs forever. Yeah. Listen, Toyotas are great. My brother wrecked a Toyota Corolla. Tercel, one of those small 4-doors. It had no radiator. He rear-ended someone, and the radiator they had a trailer hitch, and it ripped the radiator out of the car. We drove the rest of the way to work in Baltimore City to the zoo, and then from there, 30 minutes home. The car never overheated. And we could turn the air conditioner on. It never overheated without a radiator. I guess it was as long as enough air was hitting the engine, it was enough to be air cooled. Yes, Toyotas are built freaking tough. The bike is 2 to 3K. No, yeah. Yeah, Cat's just chilling. That's what he said. Sorry. Thank you, Raven. Captain Semantics. It was an example, but you can get parts by cheap, right? Oh, especially where you are. I'm sure and you got a lot of stuff there. Yeah, still cheap, right? But this is what I do. This is what I think. Buy used, man. Except for underwear and socks, buy used. Listen, I knew when I got a DUI years ago for driving without tail lights because I was driving with my daytime running lamps on, and I had to do community service. All right. So for community service, I worked it was around here. It's this place called Clothes Less Traveled. It's basically like a thrift store, and this woman caught her husband cheating. So she took his credit card, went to Ann Taylor. It's a woman's like nice clothes place, and she bought $3,800 worth of brand new clothes. Then went 2 miles from I think it was Ann Taylor to
to where they were still in the plastic. They were still everything. It still had all the tags on it, and she was just like, "Here you go." And so a lot of the stuff, I'm not saying this happens all the time, but a lot of the stuff in these places haven't even been farted in. They're absolutely, and we sold them for a tenth of their price. So a $200 shirt was $20. I want a new car so it doesn't have any problems. That kind of person type. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the way. That kind of person is the type to give the car problems and proceed to sell it. Absolutely. There you go, Andy. I'm that guy. Right. Like there's a big thing, like engine break-in time. Like that stuff matters. Well, it used to matter a lot. I don't know how important it is now that we have more aluminum engines. Well, probably still use steel sleeves and whatnot. But yeah, you can't buy a car with 0 miles and freaking do burnouts in like the first 5 minutes you buy it. And used is the way to go, especially in your communities. If you're traveling from Georgia to New York to buy a used car from some dude named Jim that you don't ever know, yeah, it might be a little wackadoodle. But if one of your neighbors is selling a car, their kid got a 2011 Honda Civic, and now they're going to college and whatever, and you could get it for a few grand. Absolutely do that. Diddy Pork loves the Diddy parties. By the way, I don't like to buy used mechanics and electronics. I don't trust people to take care of their stuff. Yeah, but things like Toyotas, dude, like you can't not take care of them. You can put an oil change like every 100,000 miles, and it'll still last 200,000 miles. I mean, I understand that too, and you know people that you're around. And there's also laws. There's also, I mean, if you buy as is, you buy as is. But the big problem with cars is you have people that buy a car and they get ripped off. They realize, oh man, after you let this warm up for an hour and 6 minutes, or once you hit 90 miles an hour, and then they sell it for the same price that they just bought it for, and somebody's like, oh man, this is great, and then so they just stay in the market. Used computers worry you? So here's an interesting thing about used computers. The first thing you should do is take the hard drive out and throw it as far as you can, burn it, smash it, get rid of it. Absolutely replace the hard drive. Flash the BIOS, flash the BIOS, flash the BIOS. Flash the BIOS and then flash the BIOS. Flash the BIOS before you use some used computer, especially if they're old company computers. Flash the BIOS. ND, fair point, but engines are engines. Engines are engines, so why does it seem that you and I are... Never mind, I was about to say something stupid. All the electronic gremlins and etc. can be replaced. That's true, right? If you get it for a good enough price. If you get a $10,000 car for $1,000 and you can throw $3,000 at the fix any of the gremlins, absolutely replace computers and engine control modules. You can absolutely do that. I like old shit. I can fix, I can repair. Agreed. If you can clean stuff up, you can get great stuff cheap. Agreed. This is how everyone should be living. Unless listen, if you're making under like $30 an hour, it's worth your time to do things like that. Absolutely. And that's how I live. These shirts are secondhand. I'm not saying, you say, well, it's a piece of shit. Whatever, it keeps my nipples warm. What up, Cheria? Do you use your nose too? I breathe through my nose, in through my nose, out through my mouth. But why never you buy used computer parts? But why? Never buy used computer parts. Some people don't maintain cleaning their PC. A lot of careless people overclock their hardware just because. Absolutely too. But if you're getting a $3,000 computer for $400, you're going to get your $400 out of it, and you can. But I understand. Like I wouldn't buy used stuff for expensive. It's got to be. It's value. Jeremiah, well, I'm 20. I don't want to pay 80 grand for 10 years because I drive a lot. By the time it's paid off, no one's buying that thing. Right. Don't do it. Don't do it, Jeremiah. Don't do it. No, absolutely. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, it doesn't make any sense. The way the economy works is people on the internet want to look like they're rich. So every time they get enough money to afford to finance something that looks that they can stunt or freaking flex, they do, and they stay poor. Listen, if you can be, listen, If you're going to buy an $80,000 car, buy a $3,000 car and invest the rest of the money. I like you. You're pretty chill. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Brett. Not Brett, I mean. How you doing, Sonari? But if I find $1,000 item for $50 on Facebook Marketplace, right, I'm going to find out if a little dummy didn't just know easy finds. Right, understand too. You can't beat these prices. No, I agree also. I've been thrifting everything for 30 years. Yes, me too. Can't buy new stuff. I don't. The only new shit I get is gifted to me. I have a Samsung Galaxy 25. I got for $80. My phone previous to this was the Samsung Galaxy 10 Economy. I had that for however 10 years, whatever, 12 years, whatever that was, since whenever it came out. So I don't, and I wouldn't upgrade to something that's $1,000, even if stupid cheap deal. Okay, yeah, well, and I don't disagree with you, ND. Like, this is the thing. You know what you want to do and how you want to do it. You have a goal to meet, and if you want something that you can definitely rely on, and then if it's not reliable, you're still under warranty. I can absolutely understand that. Jeremiah, buy a Honda, drive the piss out of it for 10 years, save your money. Yes, a Honda Civic, dude. I had a 2006 Honda Civic for 18 years, and the only reason I got rid of it is the starter went up. And I could have paid somebody $800 to replace the starter. The problem with the starter in the Honda Civic, my model year, is you have to remove apparently the passenger side tire and axle to get to the starter. So it wasn't worth it to me. I already had almost 300,000 miles on it. Jeremiah, buy 100, piss out of 10 years, save money. Right, don't go into debt. Only go into debt if it benefits you. You can go into debt. You can buy a $100,000 house, pay $20,000 down, and then if you can rent that house out or sell it again, debt. So you can leverage debt, but you're making money with the debt. You understand? Not just spending money to spend money. Cars are the dumbest thing because they drop in value the instant you buy them. And then, like this instant you buy them, they drop in value. So you just threw that money out the window, and you're never going to be able to sell it for the same price that you even lost on it. I heard leasing a car is supposed to be cheaper as long as. Leasing a car is one of the best ways to do it. If you've got the money and you want to save more money, you can lease a car, which is a forever payment, but every 2 years you get a brand new car. So that's absolutely a good way to do it. If you have, especially like a lot of people that do that are salesmen and stuff because they're always in a new vehicle, and that matters for sales, for their income. I don't think I'll ever buy a new car, though, unless I'm rich at AF, as limited model run. Right. Yeah, sure. I'd like a Porsche, too. But I'd buy a used one. My very rich aunt, but why says my very rich aunt always told me, buy the best, the way you always, that way you only buy it once. That can also work, too, if you've got the money. But why, if you only make $15 an hour, why would you buy the best and then be in debt and not be able to buy the best of other things? You're not just buying one thing. There's thousands of things you'll buy. You maybe want the best airplane. So why would you also buy the best socks and shoes if you don't have, this is what I'm saying. You have to, budgeting is very important, and they don't teach that in schools. Don't get me wrong, I bought a bunch of cheap used stuff because it was cheap, but if I want a high-performance gaming PC, yes, that's what I thought you were getting at, ND. Right, you don't want the threat of failure on the gaming PC while you're playing it. If you've got 6 PCs around that you got for $15 and you're just typing shit in and it's being saved to the cloud, then it's not a big deal. But if your gaming PC goes to shit in the middle, and you're very competitive, so if your gaming PC takes a shit while you're in the middle of yes, I can understand that. Cars are liabilities, basically a money drain, right? Yes, right. Pay cash or close it, or close to it. Like paying off a 12-month loan in 2 months, boost your credit. Absolutely, yeah, that'll absolutely work too. I used to work on a farm. For the newest equipment we had was 20 years old, so we could make money. Stuff might break every once in a while, but you're not spending $1 million on a new tractor, right? And the idiots that do will be selling their old stuff for a fraction of what they just purchased. So if they sell you a 20-year-old tractor for $10,000 because they bought $1 million new tractor, You can absolutely do it. And if you know what you're doing, especially those old Massey Fergusons and the old Kubotas and stuff, you can the engine and the transmission is the body of the tractor, so it's very easy to get to everything. You got to know what you're doing. You got or hire somebody that knows what they're doing. I used to work on a farm. Live within your means. Right, you have to live below your means. Listen, life. People act like now is now, and that's all that matters. Think about how this will affect you in 10 years, in 5 years, whatever, in the future, and then say, I know, I understand I've got to work and do this and that. I can't party every day. So, but when I'm 30, I want to be able to do that. Therefore, all the choices that I make between now and 30 have to reach that goal. Things like tools, Adam Savage had a good philosophy. Buy the things you see if you like it. If you use the tool it breaks, buy a better one. Exactly. This is one thing I think about Harbor Freight stuff. You can buy a wrench for $7 and it will work, but it might break in a week. And then you understand, I know how to use this wrench. That was my training. And now you can buy one that has warranties and whatnot on it and made from vanadium steel. I usually buy the cheap option. And if I use it enough to break it or just a lot, I buy the expensive option. Exactly. That's exactly what I think we're saying. Absolutely. What up, J-Mob, brother? Exactly. You can't look on a graphics card and tell if it was overclocked. Right. Or not. Right. Yeah. They can definitely smoke it. Absolutely. Yes, they can. At the point where I was overheating, right, and the people can sell them to advertise no overclock. Right. I'm a small person, love tools that let me use my leverage to do my own. Right. Absolutely. So when I was in school, they taught us simple machines, leverages, slopes, inclined slopes, and they teach it how to. They don't teach kids that anymore. Like, do they even do science fairs anymore? You blaze the Sigma just sharded, brother. You need to get some draws. My brother-in-law has a 1960s Lamborghini tractor and on tank treads, right? And that's what Lamborghini was originally. It was a tractor company. Had 2 gears per tread, forward and backwards. I didn't know that. Yes, Lamborghini was a tractor company first. They were a farm implement company before they got into cars. Lamborghini went to Ferrari and said, hey, I got an idea for a car. And he said, stick with tractors. This will never work. So his big FU to Enzo Ferrari was like, now look what I've done. Yep, absolutely. Lamborghini tractors. Yes, they started on tractors. Did they? It might be messing up names. No, you're right. No, it was Lamborghini. Habitat has tools. That's Kelly, that's where I go. I give and I take from Habitat for Humanity. All the time. A lot of the stuff that I have, I'm not going to be taking with me to Florida. That will be going. I use that like a share space. I'll go and I'll take a bunch of stuff there and say, hey, let people that need stuff buy this, because I store lots of bullshit. So a lot of times people need stuff, and if I work for my neighbors a lot. So they say, can you replace this ceiling fan? I wanted it in black and it's white. I'll take that, and when I go to buy some, like for instance, I buy old shelving, and then I make shelves for outdoors. And when I go there to buy that for $3 or whatever it is, I'll bring the ceiling fan so somebody can get a good ceiling fan for $5 or whatever they sell it for. Yeah, I like Habitat. They would be awesome. Lamborghini tractors do spin outs. Lamborghini started with tractors to make cars to compete with Ferrari. That's correct. Absolutely. My husband got the commercial John Deere backhoe for $12,000 and it's still going. Just needs new tires. I have a John Deere that's modified. How cool is that? It's pretty freaking cool. Mr. Lamborghini came out of the war and decided to make race cars. He failed, and then he went to the great chapters and ran cheaper fuel. He used diesel instead of gas, or the other way around. I can't remember. He became huge. He bought a few Ferraris, right? Basic plumbing is not hard. Not at all. You need to know 3 things. Shit flows downhill. Payday's on Friday. Don't chew your fingernails. That's how difficult plumbing is. He thought Ferrari's clutches sucked, so he approached Enzo Ferrari to discuss business. Enzo told him, no, you're stupido. That's right, Jesus is king. Yes, sir, Brad, my friend. I bought a $150 huge tool set made by Pittsburgh, and nothing is broken. Right, brother. Listen, let's go. Look, I've built sets and props in multi-$100 million movies with $5 tools. With absolutely, that's absolutely what I do, and I'll show you all. like this. This is $15 cattle fence, and I just drilled holes in a 4x4 and slid it into each side, and then this all gets. This is not Nandina, and then all that over there is rattlesnake rattlesnake green beans. Okay, but like all this stuff, this will all go to Habitat for Humanity. And this is all my compost. This is my water storage. I got 2 pumps. I got 2 Harbor Freight pumps here, right? That I got for like $100. One of them pumps water. This one pumps water out of the well into the tanks, and this one pumps the water out of the tanks into the hose manifold, which goes all over the property. All right, and then there's my modified John Deere lawn tractor, 4-wheel steering. And then so I'll show you something else that I got. So I went to Habitat for Humanity, and I got these. I think they were $1 a foot or something. These. So I took a 2x4. I took a 2x4 and a 4x4. I cut a 2x4 long ways a few times and a 4x4. So this is only 2 or 3 pieces of wood and some cheap. And now I can stack all this one. I just made it recently. But yeah, so this is all 2x4s and 4x4s. Cut down. Nice and easy. All the stuff. Collect everything. This is a Diamondback diamond tile saw that I got from Harbor Freight. I got it for like under $300, and I did $1,000 job with it. So it paid for that, and it would have taken me 5-10 hours or whatever, and it took me 2 or 3. Yeah, so I got this was given to me by my neighbor. She wanted a tree taken down, so she bought an electric chainsaw. Works kick ass. And I ended up taking the tree down. She gave it to me. I've got this is a starter battery charger, trickle charger. Also does all 3. I got that for like $12. MIG. A guy, my neighbor had a welder. He needed some work done, and he said, "Hey, I'll trade you this for the work." I got him a welder for free. This is also another this is a Harbor Freight what the hell do you call it? Damn it, what the hell is it called? Horizontal saw, chop saw. What the hell is it called? I can't remember. No, it's probably written on here. I can't remember what it's called. It's called a not beveling. It's called a miter saw, right? Miter saw, right? So and it goes in every direction. You can tilt it positive, negative, 45 degrees. You can change the diagonal, the cut, yada yada yada. It's all anything, yeah, and it's super cheap. So why would you not buy these things if instead of buying a $1,200 DeWalt, you can buy a $300 one, and it still has a year warranty on it, just like the DeWalt does. So all this Harbor Freight, this wasn't Harbor Freight. This is Champion. Actually, this might be Harbor Freight. I can't remember where Champion came from. I got an actual skill saw rather than, and then, but a lot of this stuff, Harbor Freight, Milwaukee, Ryobi, Central Machinery. I believe that's Harbor Freight also. Yeah, and I used the hell out of it. Here's all other machine for lathes and mills. Yeah, I've got all this stuff was collected. Harbor Freight, Pat Porter Cable. This was actually professional. Harbor Freight, Rigid. Yeah, Harbor Freight staplers. I got this isn't a what is this? This Harbor Freight hammer drill. Yeah, like Harbor Freight sanders. Yes, absolutely. Buy Harbor Freight, absolutely. If you've got one job to do, and I'm a handyman, so I need the tools to do what I need to do then. And if I'm starting a shop and I need to do this every day for 8 hours a day, then I can understand that. But why wouldn't you get everything you can get out of it? You've got a year warranty on the Harbor Freight stuff. It doesn't make any sense not to use it. If it doesn't act right, you go return it, then you take that money and you go buy the Milwaukee or the DeWalt. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Get what you need to get. I got like all these things. These are just upside down versions of that same stuff. And I built all this stuff. I built these. I just took 2x4s, ripped them in half, drilled the holes in them to slide the pipes in. Same shelving and stuff. This is a diving board. You know, so yeah, it's nice and easy. It's nice and easy. Yes. Hit the wrong button. All right, what did I miss? Miss all you guys stuff. Miter saw. Hey, read the chat. Yes, miter saw. Everybody's like miter saw. Right on, bro. I do covet and collect some tools though. Why scissors? Yes, right. Yeah, great scissors are hard to come by. I agree. My favorite pickup habitat was Grandpa's nuts and bolt stash. Right on, bro. That's really cool. Thank you, Jeremy. I'm still on wooden saws, using them to cut stone. Gonna do stone, cut iron. Finally, cut iron to make it sense. Yeah, it'll work. Miter saw. I can call it chop saw is what I used to call it. Chop saw. But a chop saw usually only chops, but you can call it a chop saw. But yes, a chop saw that miters is a miter saw. That's right, miter bevel. There you go. We got it. We got meteor saw. What's it for? Meteors. It cuts meteors. I bought a Craftsman Sawzall for $15 at Habitat Bricks. Exactly. Love the side of the road picking too. Right. Listen. So I don't know if you heard me earlier, Kello. I get the neighborhood HOA to pay for 2 dumpsters to put in front of my house every year, and so like I get it's not house trash. It isn't like table scraps and stuff in there. It's people that are throwing away couches, TVs, computers, old collectibles, and I get thousands of dollars every year of free shit because I don't care. I'm not shamed or embarrassed by it. Nah, people are obsessed with spending money. That's why most of them are in debt. Right. Ever get rogue bird? Yes, absolutely. Yes. But I tell you what's weird is now that I do a lot of bird feeding, like I've got a lot. Well, it's cold. It's winter now, so there's not a lot. But I get a lot of bird feeders, and usually there's 4 on this. One stays out during winter because the plastic cracks up. But so here's this one fell off. Oops, what did I miss? Come on, baby. You can do it. Dang it. That's going to take an hour. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm going to do that for I love it. Richard, I like free stuffs. I'd be the same way, right? And listen, and you can use your community for your benefit, and everybody benefits. They want to get rid of this shit. They don't want to pay hundreds of dollars for get junk and whatever people to haul this stuff out. So everybody has stuff they want to throw away, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. Look at all the shit I got. Yeah, rogue birds, absolutely. Yes, absolutely, Brett Nams, absolutely. If Richard ever incorrectly reads your comment, feel free to use Richard Sands, easier on the eyes. My apologies. Yep, my town does bulk trash twice a year, free lumber season. Right, dude, so much stuff. And a lot of people, they'll buy an 8-foot 2x4 and cut 1.5 feet off of it and say, well, what am I going to do with the 6.5-foot 2x4? They throw it away. Well, I'll turn it into 3-foot 2x4. Right. My town, yeah. Mostly commercials, construction sites, throw away enough stuff to build a house. Absolutely. You can go in. So when they're building buildings in the city, they get rope lights, kind of like this here. All right, this kind of stuff here, like it's ropes of them, and they get like miles of it, and they run it through. And when they're done, they don't want to undo everything and unhook it, so they just cut, and you get pounds of copper, like dozens of pounds of copper. And that's just free money. It might only be $100, $200, but all you got to do is throw it in your car and drive it to the recycler, and you don't even have to strip it. If you want more money, strip it. Sure, it depends what your time's worth. Absolutely, yeah. So what we're gonna do is this is the plan. So if and when I move out of here, almost everything will go to Habitat for Humanity. Well, first thing, all my neighbors we'll do a walk. We'll be allowed to do a walkthrough of the property and say, what do you want? You know, have you seen the green bullshit they call lumber these days? Yes, absolutely. It's absolute crap. I think they're cutting down trees and they aren't kiln drying the lumber to the percentage that they should, because there's such a big market. So I think they're just cutting trees down and they're not aging the trees or anything. They're just sending them right through. That's what I think. And that's why they warp like crazy. I found your live today, and I don't watch YouTube lives or anything like that, but honestly, I've changed my mindset. Brother, thank you, Jeremiah, my friend. Thank you, brother. That's what I'm hoping to do. There's so many people are getting turned off of the trash, mind-numbing brain rot, and I just want to be the anti that. Algorithm, no liability. I was checking and split. I was checking and splitting in store. Every piece wonky. Right. It's absolute trash. It's absolute trash. If you get good lumber, keep it. Jeremiah, let me get you up here on the wall, brother. I'll remember you forever. Ow. Oh, fell over. All right. Okay. What I miss here? JEREMIAH. Jeremiah. Thank you, my brethren. Thank you, brother. What's going on here? Hey, what up? You're like the fourth us discuss us. Not Skippy. What's those things called? Clippy. No more old growth forest lumber. I felt Clark Kello. Okay, yeah. But Calamity. There you go. All right, what did I miss? What up, Yogi brethren? Librado. We're doing the anti-brain rot. We're trying to heal the planet, heal the people from the wackadoodle shit the Democrats and Republicans did to everybody. The absolute freaking tech brain rot crap. We're trying to undo that. That's what we've done. Sorry. You honestly would make a good shop teacher. So thank you. First of all, thank you. It's Kelly Bermuda in the Hello Kitty. Kelly. I did not even catch that. I gotcha. Okay. Okay, Kelly. So Jeremiah, so when I went to high school, we had wood shop and metal shop. Absolutely. And I loved it. Dude, we had 4 foundries and shit. We would melt aluminum. We would heat steel, and we would make chisels and punches and then lathe them, mill them. We had all that in public school in Baltimore. And they don't have that anymore. And then we had wood shop, but we had wood lathes and freaking drill presses and biscuit joiners. And I scroll down, and it's a homeless person high on the ground, mumbling to themselves. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? So we're doing really good. The channel's doing really good. Everything's going great. I'm partnered with YouTube now, so everything's going great. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And this happens to be an interesting conversation about this. Tomorrow, it might be people that want. It's whatever you guys want to talk about that I happen to know about. If you guys say, hey, let's talk about freaking, I don't really know. I guess I couldn't really explain what I don't know about because I don't know about it. But yeah, Baltimore traded those in for metal detectors. Yes, absolutely. In Tennessee, we had house building, a real house. So there used to be the VOTEC. It was called the VOTEC, Vocational Technical School. Can't remember what it stood for, but it was where you could go to. Yes, we used to build mobile homes. We would build them in the shop, big ass mobile home, plumbing, electrical, everything. They would teach kids everything. These are high school age kids. And then they would sell the mobile homes to fund the purchase of the tools and whatnot. But the labor was free. So people got free or very cheap housing, selling these houses for like $4,000. Well, this was freaking 30 years ago. But yeah, but still, like so you get free labor while it's educating, but America doesn't build, doesn't grow, doesn't birth
manufacturing at all. So they just say, hey, we'll let people that learn this from other countries come in. Well, that's fine, but the problem with the emotional bullshit about immigration is it comes down to they don't want to spend money on educating Americans. They only want you to get educated if you pay for it in college. They don't teach you anything in high school to make college more valuable. And they say, well, America will keep running because we'll import everything. The problem is the people that are doing the management of the importation are screwing everything up. Yes, this is the thing. All I have is this shotgun. That's all you need, brethren. Insurance assholes wrote, absolutely. My grandpa told me when he was little, he would take his shotgun on the bus. Right? Absolutely. Yes. Like kids would learn to break down and clean their sidearms in school. Dude, there are places in Texas that used to give you a shotgun for getting a bank account, opening a savings account with them. It used to be so ubiquitous. And these places aren't where the crime is. And then they bitch about where the crime is, saying, "Oh no, we need to take everybody's guns away." Right, yeah, that'll work. Amazing skills keep for life. Exactly, my friend. I was starting to bring back college and career activities, paint commercials back in high school. Right, dude. Autodidactic learning. That's exactly 100% autodidactic. What's exactly what I say. I didn't finish high school. I had one semester of college. Everything. It was so crap. We had shop class in 73. I think I passed. The only thing I did in shop class was make barbecue tool with 3 attachments. Right. So we had lathes and mills and freaking, like I said, we made liquid aluminum. We learned how to sand cast so we could use wood to make something. But when we wanted to make more of them, we could take that piece of wood, sand cast it, take the wood out. You had a hollow cap, and then you pour molten aluminum in there. They don't teach anybody that anymore because we're the management class now. Everybody else can be the manufacturing class. All the other countries can be the manufacturing class, and it's gone to shit. Listen, and the thing is, yeah. The only thing, library card, F the world, Popular Mechanics mag. That's exactly what my family got. My dad used to get us Popular Mechanics, and what was the science one? Popular Science, Popular Mechanics, and Popular Science. Yes, those were the 2 magazines that got delivered every month or every 2 months or whatever it was. That's what we got. Everything now is made in China, right? Well, that's got to stop because you hear people in America and other countries talk about slavery. There's still slaves in the world, and you're paying for it. This is the thing that's so stupid. People, there's still slaves in China. There's still slaves in Africa. There's more slaves on Earth now than there was during the Mid-Atlantic slave trade. And people are like, well, let's not talk about that. Let's give me my reparations. The problem with reparations is it'll happen just like giving money to the homeless. You can't do it. We've given billions of dollars to the state of California to fix homelessness, to distribute to the homeless people, and it got worse. If we say, hey, okay, now reparations, $1 million to each family, they'll be like, okay, well, how will we distribute it? Well, hold on. Gavin Newsom says, well, hey, I'm going to start an organization and we'll distribute it. And then it'll be like, oh, I thought this white gay girl or guy was a black slave. And so, I accidentally gave them $15 billion. Can we get some more money? I screwed up. And that's what's going to happen. Are you serious? Right. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not going to work. There's no way in the world it will ever work. It will be ripped off. As soon as it says it'll happen, they say it'll happen, it will be ripped off. Yeah. Don't ever listen to these people. Yep, that slavery is why I have trouble buying new shit. Right, especially making it around us. That's why I don't buy Nikes and stuff. All boots made by American adults. Right, and that's very easy to do. If you don't buy $80,000 cars, you can buy $200 boots instead of $150 Nikes. You can buy $200 shoes made in America. You'll have more money. That's the thing. But yeah, no, doesn't make any sense. You gotta help your community. I think it wasn't European. They think if it wasn't European slavery, then it's okay, right? Right. Yeah, on Earth. $250,000 a year for homeless in California spent last year. Grand per person per year. Right. But every manager got $250,000 for their trouble to distribute the money to sub-managers who also had sub-managers and employees and whatnot. And they're like, well, now we got $3 left. So here you go. Here's $3, dude.
And that's how it works. They manage the hell out of it. They whittle down the amount. Like, listen, do you know like the leader, the CEO? Oh, let's find out for sure. I think it's 12 million. I think they made 12 million last year. The CEO of Salvation Army. What? What? So where's your donations going? No. Well, but we built a bunch of stores, and we built a bunch of stores. They use free labor, or like $1 per hour labor, which is slave labor, to distribute the clothes that are given to them. And they pocket the money. Well, I'm doing good for the world. I stopped slavery. Sure you did. You still want slavery. They still want illegal aliens to pick cotton and frickin' strawberries. What's her face? Jasmine Crockett said it. We ain't picking strawberries. We definitely ain't picking cotton no more. Yeah, that's right. Those are slaves. That's what you want. But they'll have housing and food. They've always had housing and food. Slaves were always had shelter and food, or they would die. They were investments. That's what you want. You just want the same thing, and you change the name. Never listen to liars. Double check everything everybody says. Never listen to liars. As soon as they say that they're lying, as soon as you can find out they're being deceptive, never trust them, Republican or Democrat. They're all trash until otherwise proven good. Sorry about that, guys. All right, what was I looking up? Okay. CEO of Salvation Army. Salvation Army pay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, brother, it won't even come up. It's fine. It doesn't even give you an overview. The American Heart Association gets 4.4 million. Memorial Catering, a City of Hope, 4.6 million. $11 million. Jesus Chrysler. Kaiser Health Foundation, $13.8 million. American Heart Association, 4.4. City of Hope, 4.6. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer made $5.7 million. Why? Why aren't they making $120,000 a year? Because they're making other people rich. I don't mind rich people. I mind how they get rich. And the thing, this is why I'm so upset with how they're handling the Israel and Palestine thing. It's just people, they try to guilt people and be like, well, you're pro-Israeli, you're pro-Palestine. If not, well, why aren't you donated? Donated to who? Donated to some chick that's being like, I'm so hungry here in Palestine, I'm so hungry here in Israel. Scan my freaking QR code when I'm recording from my $1,200 iPhone. Help my family. It's absolutely crazy because the money never goes to where they say it's going to go. But you can prove you're a good person on the internet because you can say, well, look, here's my Cash App. Here's $700. Like, no, eat a bag of pretzels. Sorry about that. That's why, okay, that's like conversation. That's exactly what'll happen. Right, Magic Mama, exactly. As soon as Grams gets excited about eardrum, gets blown out. Sorry, Andy. What's up, biggest complainer, my brethren? White collar versus blue collar. Everybody's too important today to get their hands dirty. I do charity work with my own hands. Me too. Listen, this stuff, I help my neighbors and they help me. If they need something done, I'm not going to talk about her issues. I have a woman that lives near me who's, let's just say she has a very rough life with her children and whatnot. I do, basically, she'll give me like $40 for my labor for a few hours over, and I'll do a $3,000-$4,000 HVAC job for her. Like that, and it's easy for me to do. Yeah, and they say, well, you're undercharging. Am I undercharging? Yes, if I was trying to get the maximum profit out of this woman, yes. I make tropicals. I make tropicals for olds. Nonprofit. No, nonprofits need to be investigated. 100%, sir. 100%. Goodwill has been opened 3 brand new locations in the buildings around me in the last 2 years. The building property costs $3 million. Right. This is absolute. It's got to be. What do they call the I guess it's not nonprofit abuse, donation abuse, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. It's absolute bullshit. Does the Salvation Army give out, even do anything anymore besides give out some food? Not really. They open stores and sell more shit that they got for free. They got it for free. And they give it, and they don't give it away. They sell it. And they don't sell it for cheap. It's not like a $3 shirt. You're going to get a $20 shirt. Well, it was 80. Yeah, but these people are broke. Yeah, it's absolutely the Salvation Army. Yeah, they don't do shit. What's up, Dow? Just I'm gonna have to hop off here, man. Have a great day, guys. Hey, Jeremiah, nice to meet you, my friend. However, to evade taxes, start a nonprofit or a church, right? Win take. Thank you, Kenta. Eat a bag of pretzels. Sorry. Topical. Oh, gotcha. For cold. Gotcha. Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. I thought you said tropical. That's what I think. That's where I got it wrong. I didn't see topical. Yeah. No, dude, that's it, and it works very well. This is what pisses me off. The problem with the government is when somebody approaches them with a solution. You have a private company, that says, "Hey, we found out that cannabis helps epilepsy." They say, "How can we get rich off of this? How can I get rich off of this?" And then what do? Then they set everything up to make sure that they benefit the most from it. Like things like epilepsy and stuff, there should be zero. Listen, I don't think anybody should get free health care if they can afford that shit. Absolutely not. But the problem is people that have debilitating afflictions like epilepsy. My brother had epilepsy. He absolutely used cannabis. Whether or not he was using it for his epilepsy or not, it worked. But he did. So this shit is cheap. They should be distributing that to everybody that has epilepsy for absolutely free. Listen, the reason they don't is because we're not a manufacturing society. If we needed you to build shit, you would be given that medication for free to make sure that you could get to work and build shit. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, oh, well, China's building everything, India's building everything, Canada's building. So they don't need you anymore like that. So they only need you for their tax base. But right, it would absolutely, if they needed you for manufacturing, all that would be taken care of for free. Sorry, thanks, Librado, my brethren. But I just ignore BS and go on my way. Right, yeah. Don't get wrapped up in the bullshit. Absolutely. Do what you need to do. If you need cannabis for your epilepsy, use cannabis for your epilepsy. Absolutely. It's illegal. Okay, what do you want me to do? Get brain damage every time I have a seizure, fall over, bite my freaking tongue off? No. But then just go get some stitches and pay thousands of dollars for your insurance because they know if they limit the access to these for people that need it, they'll damage themselves and they'll go to the hospitals and make more money. The hospital, it's a scam. And you don't believe in free health care? That's gross. Everyone should be health care. Explain why. Explain to me why everyone should have free health care. Absolutely, if they can afford it. Explain to me why. How does everybody get paid? How do people start companies? How do we get a government that doesn't rip everybody off? You tell me how that's gross. Tell me how that's gross. How about if we give everybody free stay healthy care? Not get people sick as shit from all the food and bullshit we pump out here, Coca-Colas and freaking Roundup that gives them this bullshit. How about we go after the companies that fuck everybody up so that we don't need health care? How about that? No, because then I can start a company and make millions of dollars off of sick people. How about getting rid of sick people? That's gross. Because every civilized country in the world has done it, now it works. It doesn't work. Everything's being uncovered now. It's all big, huge scams. Listen, if it was free healthcare, the companies wouldn't benefit so greatly from it. There's 1,000 new millionaires every day in America. And you know where they get most of their money? The healthcare system. And that's off of the free healthcare. It's not done right. You can't trust the government to give free healthcare. You need it to be what's the term? It needs to be in open competition with other people. I can't remember the term I want to use, but you need companies to have to compete against each other. Now they don't have to compete. They just say, we're going to charge you $3,000 for this because, cool, the government will pay for it. If they had to compete with other companies, it would keep dropping and dropping and dropping. The free health care, the Affordable Care Act and stuff like that has only done everything worse because the government will pay the tab, like $400 hammers, $300 rolls of toilet paper. You can't do it that way. It doesn't make sense. And look what happens when healthcare is free, it gets abused to the max. You've got to make sure people can afford their healthcare. You got to make sure that you absolutely make affordable healthcare to the point where people can walk in and say, I don't need insurance because I have $300 to pay for this or that. That's what needs to happen. Not free, because it doesn't work. It never will. Everything that's free isn't free. It's taxpayer paid. And the problem with politicians is they believe that they rule us and they deserve to be richer than the richest of us. And that will never end. You've got to make sure they can't get rich off of it. And they always will. And they use emotional manipulation to make you feel bad for not being, everybody has free healthcare. No, people shouldn't need healthcare like they do. Exactly. Thank you, but why? I always know when I have one because I'll wake up inside, my mouth, tongue will always be chewed up and bleeding. Yeah, that's what happened to my brother. Health insurance is why it's gross. What's gross? Agreed. I agree. So sorry, Matt Meyer, brother. I agree. Health insurance is what's gross. I thought you were saying my take was gross. Health insurance is absolutely gross. That should not be needed at all. It should not be needed at all. If what the hell is the term I wanted to use? Free gym memberships. Listen, if the government's paying for anything, that's what they should do. There should be gyms everywhere for people to use. Thank you, Nav, brother. Nav, Nate. You never get rid of all the sick people. That's silly. Right. But you don't need to. You just get rid of 90% of them. Most of the illnesses we have in this world in America is vitamin D3 and vitamin B12 deficiency. No one even hears about that. But that can take care of most mental health disorders, and that's what leads to most other sicknesses. And it could be absolutely getting rid of. They don't publish it. They don't put it out there, but you can look it up right now. Vitamin D3 and vitamin B12, the methylcobalamin version, not the cyanocobalamin version, will absolutely, listen, America is one of the only places on the planet that has long-term mental health issues. In Zimbabwe and shit, mental health issues only last for 3 to 4 months, 6 maybe at the most. So it can be cyclical until they get their health back up. It's not as difficult as they make it seem. Why do you think people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker? Because it makes more and more and more money. The agriculture industry and the health industry work together to make more patients. That is blood money, and it's a massive headache. I feel like we could potentially have a civil conversation. Yeah, absolutely, my brother. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, because America doesn't have free healthcare. What are you talking about? They don't have free healthcare. I agree. A free market. Jesus, help me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Librado. Yes, free market. That's what I was looking for. Right. If everybody could compete, but when you've got a scam, listen, I worked in the movie industry. I know about scams. I've made propaganda. Listen, we made 100 some movies a year and only released 12. Why do you think that? Oh, because they were no good. No. It's tax write-offs. They take drug money from the streets and they build all these sets. Then, because it was all built with cash and everything, and it was all untraceable money, you can't make money off of that. So what do? You go out of business. Then Disney comes along and buys this set that was built with $3, $4, $5 million worth of drug money, allegedly, and then they buy it for pennies on the dollar. But the value of it is still what was spent on the receipts for it, for the lumber and the labor. So they can write that off. I generally agree and disagree with some of the things you're saying. I think you're pretty decent human being. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Nav. Hey, brother. And listen, I'm open-minded as hell, and I'd love to have conversations with everybody. Absolutely. And if you could change my mind, I'll stomp my feet a little bit, but I'll change my mind could absolutely be changed. It's called late-stage capitalism. Welcome to our lives now. Healthcare is free in Canada, not abused to the max. Sir, do you know what they're doing with Canada now? If they have to spend too much money on you, they say, go to MAIDS. You know what MAID is? Look up MAIDS, Canada. Look that up, brother. They kill you. They kill you. They kill you. If you're taxing their system too much, they offer you death. 20-year-olds with psychotic breakdowns are like, hey, we'll probably never be able to fix this. MAIDS. It's crazy. This is what happens. Listen, free healthcare isn't free. The government pays for it. They want to be able to steal the money as much as they can. They're not going to be like, oh, dude, James in frickin' Ontario is sick. We got to help. No. Affordable health care and a cap on income and amount of houses you own. And don't allow companies to own houses. Agreed. You're describing capitalism. Brother, I know. What do you want to do? You want to flip the switch and turn capitalism off? Or are you going to learn what the rules are and do your best where you're at and then do something about it? You can't just say, yeah, it's capitalism. Yes, it is. That's where I live. Yes, I'm completely awake. I completely understand that. But you either learn the rules of the game you're playing or you go play another game. There's other countries you can go to and not play the capitalism game. I understand what you're talking about. We should be like Mexico where you could go buy it for cheap. Only problem is they don't have high level medications. I worked in nursing for half a decade, and I've seen some disgusting health insurance issues where we had to send people home to die. New merch looks nice. Thank you, Seacon brethren. Magnesium, absolutely. And you need D3 for, I believe, yes, you need, let's look it up. I think you need D3 for magnesium absorption. I think low D3 definitely leads to low calcium. Yes, calcium and magnesium. It leads to calcium and magnesium absorption issues. A big thing with people that do methamphetamines is that methamphetamines causes B12 absorption issues. So it's such a popular drug, so many people do it, but it lowers their B12. So then when they go off of it, they feel bad all the time. They don't realize, they think it's just protracted meth withdrawal, but it's a lot of it's not. It's actually just they're deficient in a lot of stuff because it causes these deficiencies. Low D3 and low magnesium causes. Not 8, low D3, not E3. Okay, let's say low magnesium. Okay, sorry, it's the other way around. Hold on, let me read it through real quick. Low magnesium can cause vitamin D deficiencies because magnesium is crucial for D3 active deactivation, making it harder to use D. While excessive D can deplete magnesium, common cause for low magnesium include poor diet, processed foods, chronic diseases like diabetes, kidney issues, GI disorders, certain medications, diuretics and PPIs, alcohol abuse, stress and exercise, increased stress exercise with deficiency worth D and magnesium in levels in a cycle. So right, so they're hand in hand. So one leads to the other and helps deplete the other or stop the absorption of the other. Oh, my DC and B, you're calling out the real. Yeah, the real. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I agree our health in America is out of whack, but that's what the insurance companies want. Yes, I agree. Okay, if we get rid of them and we have free health care, it will eliminate most of the issues we have. I agree 100%. The problem is we need to look like 3 to 5 years in the future and say, how do we get there? If we cut it off, there's too many people's lives that'll be turned upside down. There are people that are on they're dependent on a lot of their drugs that need to be shifted off of it and whatnot. A plan needs to be made, and I agree with you 100% on that, Matt. Yes, we shouldn't need insurance companies. We need insurance companies for cars. We shouldn't be paying people when something might not happen. When people get paid when we get sick, people will get sick to get them paid. To get rid of the shit food, we need to, yes, get rid of preservative foods so that we get rid of the shit food we eat. Yes. So I do what I say. I walk the way I talk. I grow a lot of my own food. I make my own ice cream from the ingredients that I want to make the eggs that my chickens make every day. Actually, we'll go look right now. Let's go out the other side. We'll go see if we got any eggs. And I mean, it's winter right now, so I don't have a lot of stuff growing, but I have it all laid out. I've got rosemary. I buy a quarter of a cow every year. And then, so this right here, you can see the butcher right down the street. The cow grew up 2 miles from my house. The cow grew up 2 miles from my house. All this right here. And it says here, not for sale. I pay not for sale, New York Strip. All of this here, I do what I say. These cows, they grew up in a field 2 miles from my house. I got greenhouses for right stuff. And the thing is, they're very inexpensive to build. If you instead of buying a new car, you could buy a cheap used car, and with a couple $1,000 you save. This was like not even $1,000 worth of material. Okay, we got none in there. Keep this. This is to keep the raccoons out, and I built all this. I built all this. Yeah, we got it. Ah, he stepped on it. Okay. All right. So we got one egg, but it's cracked. So yes, I don't eat none of that bullshit, and it's not expensive. Okay, you can get for about $700 a year. You can get a quarter cow. Find 3 other neighbors that live near you that are serious about changing shit, and say, hey, how long will it take you to get $700 up? Figure it out. Find a mom and pop shop butcher near you, and make it happen. Once you do it once, you'll spend $3,000-$4,000 less a year in food by investing the $700. And the thing is, like, you're not getting any of the markups or anything from grocery stores and stuff like that. And my chickens, they eat bugs and worms and, well, which are bugs, and yeah, they eat weeds and grasses and everything, and they give me eggs every day. Look at this. I don't know if I just showed you guys. So this is just from like the past 3 days. Yeah, I put the newest eggs up top, and it rolls around, and I take the oldest eggs from the bottom. Yeah, so the oldest eggs are on the bottom, and I take from there. Take from here. America, home of the free, the sick, and the brave, motionless and white. Free market is the cause of problems now. Free market leads to money funneling to the top. You think the free market is? I think it's the exact opposite. I think not having a free market. The problem is the market is subsidized by the government. That's the problem in my mind. Stagnation in wages in the 80s led to the root. So in 2006, America's federal minimum wage went to $7.25. It's 20 years later, and it's still $7.25. They kill you, sure, man. This sounds legit. I love when this old dude gets to yap. Canada's healthcare is free, and they have better healthcare outcomes than we do. The end. No, I mean, prove it to me, my brethren. How? Show me something besides your words in a chat. I'll show you. They kill people. Absolutely. Here, I'll show you. You don't have to listen to me. You have to listen to me. If you look up MAIDS Canada, MAIDS. Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Sorry. I gotta get some work done, brother. All right, Nate, brother. Thank you, my friend. Virtual high five. My ex told me I was a bad communicator. He ain't wrong, but not. It's just funny. Yeah. I think being blunt without being rude, I can do that pretty good. Okay. MAIDS Canada. MA. Made in Canada stands for Medical Assistance in Dying, a legal process for eligible individuals to receive help ending their lives and expanding from terminal illness in 2016 to include non-terminal but grievous conditions. So the problem with that is who determines what is too bad. They can say, and they do say, like schizophrenia, and the problem is there's kickbacks. How the free medical system works is the more diseases you diagnose in Canada, the more money as a doctor, a medical care, is the more money you get. So you might have the hiccups, and they say you've got freaking tuberculosis or whatever. I'm being stupid there, but they can absolutely, because if they're not doing blood work and stuff, because now that costs. The more info they can get from in talking to you and filling out checklists, they can diagnose you So they could diagnose you with issues, and some of the stuff, some of these people that their parents and stuff that I was listening to the other day, they were put on antidepressants that made them more depressed. And the doctors said, instead of let's try another, let's try another, let's try another, they said, have you considered MAID? Sleeplessness, yeah, right. Up a permanent sleeplessness. But why? Librado says, with the methamphetamine issue, do you think the same vitamin issues are happening to kids that are given medicine? Yes. Adderall is methamphetamine. It's Adderall is a mix of amphetamine salts and methamphetamine salts. 100%, absolutely. And they get kids on it very young. Then their bodies do not absorb the vitamins that they need. And then so when they come off of it, they feel bad. Then they only feel good on the methamphetamines, on the Adderall. So they take it to feel better because they feel so rough. But that's often from the what's it called? The Hujaba. What up, Jose Vega? Take 6 months of 10K micrograms to rage levels. Take it for 3 days. I take. When I skip a week or two, I start with 3 of those, which are 5,000 micrograms each. I take 15,000 micrograms, and the government says 2.4 micrograms is how much you should take a day. My tablets are 5,000 micrograms a day, and that's what I take daily if I don't feel deficient. What up, Eugene, brethren? I like the open mind and open discussion. Mad props. Thank you, Matt, my friend. What's up, Jose Vega? I don't know what 369. 86753. And proper food and exercise will eliminate most healthcare issues in America. I agree. Get me some. What you going on, Kahora? Healthy food, right? I agree, but why? Went from meth to ground beef in 30 seconds, and I think there may be some ADHD at play. There may be. Damn, you have an awesome yard. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Even if people went to the local butcher, they're still not going to stop guzzling salts and sugars. That's true too. $700 for a quarter cow. That's absolute. Yes, sir. A quarter of a cow costs $700 in Georgia, where I'm at. I'm sure, but yeah, a quarter of a cow, $700. Yes, it's $2,000 if you buy the whole cow, and $2,100 if it's set up. So when they butcher it, if they don't have to separate it all out to different people, I guess they charge an extra $100 for that or whatever. But namaste. People should not be staying at minimum wage job. Be ambitious. 100%, my friend. Listen, stop gooning. Stop chasing people you're not going to marry. Use your time not burning resources, but collecting them. Help your friends and family in your local area. Don't give your money to other countries to help their problems until your problems are fixed. Once you and your community have everything together, then start looking outside of your community. We need some chicken nuggets. At least you don't go bankrupt in Canada. I understand, brother. I understand. Look, I absolutely understand, and I 100% agree 100% that we need to change what's going on here in America. But the thing is, you can't let the government pay for your health care. There'll always be wackadoodle assholes that want that money. I know the world seemed okay. I don't know. The world seemed okay when minimum wage could pay for your life. Yes, right. That was 2006. America we're talking about. Federal minimum wage in 2006 went from $6.55 to $7.25. And it stayed there for 20 years. Maids is optional. Absolutely. But if a doctor talks you into it and he says, listen, a lot of people are very easily suggested. So if they say you're going to feel like this forever, this is how you're going to live forever for the next 70 years. But yes, it's definitely optional. Some people want to die with dignity. Right. But if they could be fixed, if they could be medically corrected. And the thing is, this guy the other day, he was 20 years old with depression, and his parents are pissed that they let him do that. Like, they don't think, like, if you're mentally ill, are you able to consent to ending your own life? That's what's crazy. The parents chose. So these parents didn't even know till after he was dead. There's thousands of cases. This is the one I'm talking about. Yes, I'm still talking. What up, Heisenberg? You really need to do more research on Canada healthcare. You sound like an insurance company employee. Don't be needlessly rude to the chat. Please contribute or keep yourself. I had to take Adderall for a little while, before my mom took it back to the doctors, and I was mad at him because I was a different kid off the Adderall. Yeah, listen, people, we have so little knowledge of health in schools. We're told to just pay the professionals. That's not right. That's not right. We need informed consent. People need to know what's going on with their money. But when it's not their money, when it's the government's money going to it, because there always will be somebody that slips through the cracks in government and just wants to get rich off of something and buy stock in an insurance company and says, how can I make this company as rich as possible? Amphetamine, Adderall is amphetamine, and Dioxin, which is methamphetamine. Yes. Yeah, Dioxin is methamphetamine. Sorry. Was I incorrect about Adderall being both? It's not both as amphetamine and methamphetamine salts. I could have swore Adderall was. Maybe I'm thinking about what's the other one? Not Zumbala. What's the other like the slow release? That's what's Jesse's girl. Yes, I take methylene blue. I'm in Dallas, Georgia. Yes. I remember. Absolutely. Yep. An hour and 15 minutes from me. Okay. Makeup of Adderall. Not a cup of Adderall. Chemical makeup of Adderall. A mixture of 4 amphetamine salts: dextroamphetamine saccharate, amphetamine aspartate, dextroamphetamine sulfate. Sorry, yes. So my apologies. Yes, it's a mix of four amphetamine salts. My apologies. The problem is stagnant minimum wage stagnates wages and all the way up through higher positions. Except for the highest positions, they get frickin' if they can convince a bunch of employees to not take raises, they get bonuses. What's Canada's population? Like 18 million? No, I don't think it's 100 million. What do you call a depressed Canadian? A Canadian. What's up, Jose, brethren? Canada's mostly cold, icy, empty land. All them live in the very south. I think that's true. There's a lot of people in Alberta that live closer to the north in the mine areas, I believe. Let me see. Canada's population. And 40 to 41 million. Yeah, 40 to 41 million. Canada's population. So, and we have 350 million plus here. Jose Vega, they do take a lot of people with mental health issues to prison. Most people in prison have mental health issues. Eric says gay stuff. Thank you. I like that cold beer. Well, we could talk about healthcare doing very well with your better health if you like him. Absolutely. This is the guy. What up, Killer Cross? Thank you, brother. What's up, Void? Welcome back. He said, feed your dog grapes. That was me. Is that before or after the Curry Trump in Toronto? You're welcome, Jose. What's your favorite beer besides a free beer? So I don't drink beer. I don't drink anything anymore. I've got a stock for my neighbors and friends when they come by. I've got lots of stuff. I've got freaking moonshine I got moonshine in a mayonnaise jar. Yeah, but I don't drink beer really. I don't know why this guy would tell you to feed your dog grapes. I don't think I told anybody to feed their dog grapes. Yes, you can microwave grapes, keeping the skin with the bottom still connected, and it'll make plasma. Blackberry Crown Royal. So I'm 49. I spent years playing music, years in the movie industry. I'm no newbie to partying at all. But I tell you what, when I first started this channel, I still would go out to the bars and stuff like that. And my growth was very slow. And then I was just like, all right. And I tell you what, getting old, like when I turned 32, 33, hangovers would start lasting like 3 days. Thank you, Jose. I'm a spring chicken. Yeah. I mentioned this a moment ago, probably like an hour ago. The problem we have with politicians in America is they feel like they deserve to be rich because they rule the rich. They see how truly, remember, we only know how the rich people that are public, how rich they are. There are people that are $500 billion rich that we've never even heard their name and their family's names, and they're not public at all. But the politicians see that, and they think they deserve it. They rule. They're the rulers. They deserve to be rich and wealthy. I'm 49. I turned 49 January 10th. You can still teach an old dog new tricks, Grandpa. Absolutely. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, everybody. Sometimes the ladies start calling. Okay, let's see. I'm 49. I'm 49 too. Young at heart, though. Hey, Noms. I'm 49. Yeah, yes, you can still teach an old dog new tricks. Absolutely. iGubs. Richard, do your chickens have hens? They're all hens. I don't have any roosters. So when I first got the chickens, I got them all hatchlings. They were 1 day old, and they're not 100% at sexing them. So 2 of them ended up being roosters, and I've got neighbors and stuff. And sometimes like the roosters would attack the neighbor kids because they would come by to get eggs and stuff with their parents. And then so I had to trade I went to another farm up the road, and I traded them the 2 roosters for 2 hens. I can't drink; it makes me feel terrible. But people can just save money buying a store. Plus, they won't have to drive. Right. Like I always wondered why bars have parking lots because nobody drinks 1 beer and then leaves. And if you have a little more than 2 in an hour, you're illegal. Yeah, it does seem like 49 isn't too old, and you still seem spry and full of life. That's the important part. Brett, I want to tell you what changed my life, and I'll show you what changed my life. Like, changed my life. Like, into sleeping all the time, wondering when life was going to end, to, like, let's freaking tell everybody how they can help themselves. These are the 2 things that absolutely changed my life. And I mentioned them, but here, let me get somewhere where it's not less shaky. Absolutely changed my life. Like I would buy these if I had overpaying rent, even though I don't have a Oh, damn it. Sorry. Okay, so those were the things that changed my life. I take 5 drops of the D3 on my wrists every day, and I take the vitamin B12 every day. And then if I go somewhere on vacation and I forget to take it 5 or 6 days, I come back, I take 3 under my tongue, and people think I'm high all the time because I've got so much energy and I walk around. This is how maybe I've got ADHD. They were told me I had hyperactivity as a kid. Yeah, it's good now. Okay, all right, my bad. Calcitrol, B12, aspirin. So the aspirin is not. It's aspirin. It's not acetyl aspirin. Bayer acetylated aspirin so they could patent it. You don't need acetylated aspirin. You need aspirin. So they buy this, which is pure aspirin, which is pure 99.5% pure aspirin. They buy this and they make a shitload of pills with it. So this is 450 pills worth. 540 pills worth, and they mix this with other products to make a bulky pill. because 81 milligrams is 81 milligrams. It's a very small amount. So it's very hard to take a very, very, very small pill. So they mix it with a bunch of other shit. And in order for Bayer and other aspirin companies to sell aspirin and make a profit off of it without it being generic, they acetylated salicylic acid to make Bayer buffered aspirin. It's bullshit. It's cheap. Like, this is 540 tablets worth of aspirin for $19. The calcitrol D3, 5 drops on my wrist every day. B12, 5,000 micrograms under my tongue, and people think I'm high because of my energy. I love it. I love it. It's absolutely great. Changed my life. Took me till I was in my 40s to get here. So dude, look, I tried drinking. I did all kinds of other wackadoodle shit. Finally, everything's great. I don't do anything. Calcitrol, B12. Okay, so the Curamed. So I work with animals. I got chickens. So I have this, which is Paragard, Zoller's Paragard. This is an anti-parasitic, and it's all food. It's all food. Fennel seed, marshmallow root, black walnut hull, pumpkin seed, slippery elm, wormwood, clove bulb, garlic bulb, oregano oil, peppermint oil. Yeah, so every 3 months I take a course of the anti-parasitic. Every 3 months, and everyone should. The Curamed is curcumin, and then I take one other thing, this here. Quercetin with bromelain. This, if you've ever had COVID, I used to work in the movie industry, so I was around sick people all the time. If you ever had COVID or the shot, either, this will dissolve. So the COVID shot creates spike proteins so that your body can read the spike proteins and make immune response to it. This will dissolve the spike proteins. Look, you can absolutely do the research. Please do the research yourself, especially if you have long COVID or anything like that. It'll wipe it out. Got to get it. Like, I highly recommend it. And like I said, I don't have any links in the bio. I ain't making no money. Get it from wherever you want to get it. Let's talk about Coke and how it's made with gasoline. Diesel fuel, Derek. Yeah, so they pick the coca leaves, grind them into a paste, add diesel fuel, which will basically dissolve the remedy you're speaking of. And then when the diesel starts evaporating off, it crystallizes out, and that's what they sell you. I hope I'm like this when I'm 40. I'm 50, brother. I'm 49. Get it? I'm telling you. Hey, what up, Barbara? I'm doing great. I thought this was Rodney Mullen. I've met Rodney Mullen and Tony Hawk, and so Rodney Mullen. I liked him so much when I met him. He was at Herondale Mall in the late '80s. Doing a skate demo, the Bones Brigade, Pal Peralta, what's his name, Pal. They were all there skating in front. They cordoned off an area of the parking lot, and they had a skate demo because there was a skateboard shop that opened up in there. And yeah, I got to meet all those guys. They were great. And I bought a Rodney Mullen punk size. Rodney Mullen punk size? Yeah, Rodney Mullen punk size, which was it wasn't a freestyle board, but it was the smaller version of the full size deck. How you doing, Barbara? Yes, so Nicole, if you still feel exhausted and ill and what from it, you may have the type of metabolism that causes it to grow, them proteins to multiply too fast. Bromelain is from pineapple, the peels of pineapple. And then quercetin, this is what works very good. Quercetin and bromelain absolutely works good. And I don't just take it that way. I take it this way also. So the C I take is this here, and I recommend this too. Liposome, this is vitamin C with quercetin. Non-China vitamin C. And somebody mentioned earlier this here. Methylene blue. Yes, I take that about weekly. That's so sick. I just turned 26. Hey, brother, you'll be fine. Everybody just turned 35. Yeah, listen. So January 10th, Derek, that was my birthday. What's God's favorite vitamin? B1. What up, Lamb? Yeah. Everybody, listen, you'll be fine. There's people that have been through my stream in the past couple weeks. Robert, if you're still in here, you don't have to give your testimony, but you can let them know. Say, yep. Life wasn't worth living, and just getting these vitamins straight said, hey, now what am I going to do today? Ethical Blaze, I generally believe methylene blue is why RFK is so cerebral palsy. I'm down to trying it, but being honest, that's a ton of vitamins. Get two, Robert. Bert, not Bert. Get two. You don't have to get this brand or anything, but get methylcobalamin. Get B12. It's $9-10 at Kroger. Vitamin B12 under the tongue. Methylcobalamin. Don't get the cyanocobalamin. That will change your life. D3 will start getting other things in order. I take a lot of different shit. Like I don't go to the dentist at all anymore. I don't do any of that. I like. There's ways around everything. I want to tell you something about drugs. It's been advertised and marketed for years that marijuana is the gateway drug. I'm here to tell you that I don't believe that. I believe dentistry is the gateway drug. You tell kids before they've done any drugs that, oh, your wisdom teeth are going to mess your teeth up. Let's yank these things out. Here's some Percocet. Here's some Vicodin. Here's some Lortab. And then they're like, oh, let me get some more of that. And I believe that's where they realize that there's things that can change them. And that's what I honestly believe the gateway drug. And if you want to look up what type of person leaves the planet on their own accord more than anybody else, it's dentists. Yes, take care of your teeth. I'm going to tell you how it works, ProFac. I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. Vitamin K2, MK7, is basically a traffic cop for calcium. Your teeth can absolutely remineralize. Cavities open and close. If you have your vitamin K2 straight, not nano, but hydroxyapatite, which teeth are made out of, your teeth can absolutely remineralize. I had my wisdom teeth taken out with no drugs. That could happen too. But nowadays they're very free with them, ProFac brother. But this stuff right here, K2 MK7, okay, that right there, you can put it on your teeth. Absolutely. You can also take it, fine. So if we look it up real quick for the people that are here, yeah, oral surgeons and shit, dude. Listen. Everybody's case might be different. So go listen to your dentist, but just to have the information. This is one thing that I think everybody should know. Vitamin K2 MK7. Vitamin K2 MK7 methaquinone is a highly bioavailable form of vitamin K that's crucial for directing calcium to bones and teeth, preventing its buildup in arteries, thus supporting bone density and cardiovascular health. Unlike K1, MK7 stays in the body longer, activating proteins like osteocalcin. Now, here we come. And it grows for the matrix glad protein, MGP, for flexible arteries. It's found in fermented foods, blood, bacteria. It's popular supplement for preventing osteoporosis, improving blood vessel elasticity, and potentially aiding in other conditions like diabetes and Alzheimer's. Now, let me do this real quick. Let me add for teeth. Oops, I'm trying to use my left hand. All right. The crucial for dental health, it activates proteins that direct calcium to teeth and bone, enamel strength, dentin formation, and remineralization while preventing calcium buildup in arteries. It works synergistically with D3 for optimum calcium utilization, including decay risk and supporting strong tooth structure. So if you have proper the areas, they used to call cavities tooth worms, which are called caries. Some fermented foods, kimchi and stuff, absolutely. I take sauerkraut all the time. Whenever I make baked beans, I absolutely add sauerkraut. Absolutely. I absolutely use, but not all fermented foods are the same with that. But yes, fermented foods are a lot. MK7 sounds like a CIA program. So if you have cavities, this will heal it. If they don't get too bad, you can absolutely, and I'll leave it up to you to look it up, but they used to call cavities tooth worms because the cavities would open and close over the course of a few days. They used to use, what's the stuff in Trident and Dentine? It's a fake artificial, or not artificial, it's a sweetener that's used in, I can't remember what it is, but that can actually help remineralization. Yeah, so in a lot of people, K2, MK7, and D3 in your body because they work together to tell that there's a disease called FOP, fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, which is called human skeleton disease or human statue disease, where it turns your muscles and your soft fibers into bone. It calcifies them, and that finding out just this last year that it's a problem with low K2 and how your body produces xylitol. Yes, so xylitol was used, not aspartame, xylitol, aspartame. Are you Bill Nye? No, Kingston. The sister programs, I missed a bunch of stuff. A spoonful of sauerkraut. Yes, sauerkraut is an amazing food. Dear diary, why do farts smell worse in the shower? I think it's because the heat and the enclosed area, Jose. The sister program to MK Ultra, right? MK7, right. That makes so much sense. And look, please don't. I don't want anybody to take my advice and jump off with it. Spend 10 minutes looking into it. Everything, National Institute of Health, if you trust them, it's in there, it's everywhere. Other countries that don't have dental care like we have in the UK and America, this is what they do. There's been hydroxyapatite toothpaste in not India, Italy for 50 years, and it was never available in America. So, but now you can get it. You can get on. So it's called There's a new form called nano hydroxyapatite. It's bullshit. Get the hydroxyapatite. It can remineralize your teeth. If they drill it out, it's game over. But you have the rest of your teeth, so keep going. I like farting when I'm alone in the car. Thanks, Lamb. Yes, my name is Happy. Yes, xylitol. Yes, you better not play with this man. You better not play with this man. His body is fortified. It's strangely comforting. I'm definitely getting my steps in. I tell you what, I would never, in my 30s, I was exhausted. I went to the doctor for chronic fatigue, and they put me on all kinds of different shit. It wasn't until finally I was like, I started, there was this energy drink, oddly enough, from China. It was a powder, and it had like 90,000% your daily vitamin B12 in it, but it was methylcobalamin. It wasn't cyanocobalamin because I've taken B12 before. I noticed it in 20 minutes that I was like, there's something different about this. So I started looking through everything, and it had a bunch of bullshit in it too. So I started getting the sublingual B12s, and it changed my life. Dude, I would wake up earlier than my alarm clock. I was streaming at 4:30 in the morning yesterday, and it wasn't because I was up all night high. I woke up, I went to bed at 10. Woke up at like 4:15, and I just started streaming. I'm so much more motivated. I feel so much healthier. Everything feels so much better. Lamb. I use hydroxyapatite, but nano isn't bullshit. Why you say that? So like I said, Saunter, don't jump off with it. From what I have heard, it's not that it's bullshit, but it's marketing towards another product. So nano or hydroxy, but this is what I was told, the nano is marketing to be able to mark the price up of the hydroxyapatite. So I may have misspoken if I said it's bullshit, but it's not different is what I mean. Just because they manufacture it differently, it's still the molecule hydroxyapatite remineralizing the teeth. So yes, you could get each one, but if you're budget oriented, the hydroxyapatite will do the same thing. Today feels great. Today feels great from the giant bursts of waves to the sun Monday. Hey, Lamb, you want Chinese takeaway? Studies say otherwise. Well, listen, I'm not here to argue with the studies. That's why I said, please do your own research. I'm not a hydroxyapatite scientist, but I'm just saying, don't not use them and don't use one over the other. And this research is stuff I did 10 years ago. If that may have changed, so please, yes, please. So let me apologize. Saunter says not nano is better. Check both and find out which ones do. Look at. Don't just do advertising. Look at the benefits that people have had in the reviews and whatnot, and go for what it does. Did I stay at a Holiday Inn last night? The bigger one doesn't do anything more than fluoride. Just coat your teeth, just saying. So hold on. So Saunter, you're talking about, so for the past 50 years that there was no nano, it wasn't doing anything? Just saying. Derek, this is why I love you, bro. You tell people to do their own research instead of saying what it is. I think a Rain energy drink, it says 200% your daily B12, over 100%. B6 and B3 is drinking energy drink. No, most energy drinks use the cheap version of B12 called cyanocobalamin. When so the way cobalamin works, that's B12, is the body takes in cobalamin, the liver metabolizes it into methylcobalamin. That's how the body uses it, the methylated version. If you take cyanocobalamin, which is the artificial version, the liver methylates it, releases the cyanide molecule into your body per molecule of cyanocobalamin, and then so now you have all extra cyanide in your body. There's no need for that. The methylcobalamin is active. It means it works as soon as it starts absorbing through your tongue, it starts getting into your cells. It doesn't have to go through the rest of your system. The liver doesn't have to methylate it. It's ready to work. So if your liver has been damaged from drinking drugs, hepatitis, whatever, you don't need your liver to methylate it for it to start working. I drink, yeah. Thank you, Stank. Let me put you on the wall there, brother. Yeah, absolutely. And this is... The problem with, I worked in the movie industry for 15 years. I know marketing inside and out, especially to people, when people want to sell bullshit, like the things you plug into your wall that save you energy that don't do anything, but a light comes on, you think, oh, because I bought something to save energy, I'm going to start turning my lights off. So it changes your behavior and the product does nothing. It's called suggestion. Okay, let's see. Stank nasty. Stank nasty, brother. It looks like Stanker. Hit the wrong button. All right, sorry. Okay. All right, so let's look it up. Let's look it up together. Why not? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's just look it up. Why not? We got internet.com. What am I doing there? Hydroxyapatite versus nanohydroxyapatite. Okay, let's see. Let's just see what it said. Okay. So it says here, hydroxyapatite and nanohydroxyapatite are both minerals that make up the teeth. The key difference is particle size. Nano is a much smaller particle size. They penetrate deeper to remineralize more effectively, filling microscopic gaps and reducing sensitivity, while it stays more on the surface. But this deeper penetration raises safety questions. Although regulatory seem to say certain duplicates, it's considered advanced, but it also can cause issues. The nano can get into your bloodstream. Don't take nanohydroxyapatite, hydroxyapatite, and make sure you're using K2MK7. There's no safety concerns. Don't listen to something that will get. Listen, your teeth are full of pores and vein-like passages that lead to your bloodstream. You don't need hydroxyapatite is what the teeth are made from. You don't want it in your blood. Smaller isn't better. Ask my ex-girlfriend. Dun, dun. Thank you. Yes, B12, absolutely, Saunter. Ignore the safety concerns. Can you hear me? Blah 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 blah. Get stank on the wall, right? Ignore the safety concerns. Listen, and the problem is what works the best is what works. So hydroxyapatite works from the outside in. K2 can work from the inside out. You don't want competing. You have what's it called? Metabolization pathways. I can't remember what it's called. So if I remember correctly, and please double check me, the vitamin K2 uses D3 bonded with calcium to bring in. The hydroxyapatite converts that to make the surface at the very end, the dentin in the surface of the tooth. The deeper the nano gets in, the sooner it starts forming the harder, like enamel-like versions. You don't want that in the middle of your teeth, because then it can cause sensitivity issues, because the nanohydroxyapatite penetrating too deeply will push against the nerves and whatnot. Now listen. Yeah. That's absolutely, and that's what I'm asking you to do. Listen, I'm not here to sell you anything, Saunter, brother. I'm not asking you to I'm not. All I'm saying is You stick with the scientific papers, but there's both. Which scientific paper? The one that's been bought and paid for by big nano hydroxyapatite? Do whatever. But all I'm saying is read the reviews of all of them and see which one's most beneficial for you. I feel like I'm about to learn how to make that would make me a lot of money. No. I'm anti that, dude. Listen, this Rex, that what you're talking about, that Breaking Bad prop that you're talking about, it's freaking so horrible. It's so horrible for your body. Forget about what it does to your mental health and whatnot. What it prevents the absorption of in your body. And I'll repeat what I said before. Most of the withdrawals from these chemicals aren't pain from the withdrawal. Most pain from the aren't from it's you're actually your mental health is so ruined from being so deficient in B12, D3, and whatnot. And like a lot of people, if you pay, I've worked around movie stars and everything that all whacked out on everything. When they go to rehab, the first thing they're done for like the first 2 or 3 days is they get their blood work done, and they start giving them electrolytes, and they give them IV versions of the vitamins and minerals that fix the deficiency. Then they give them lesser amounts of whatever they're going to use for what's it called? Cessation control for withdrawal control, like if they're going to give them, I don't even know if they use methadone anymore, Suboxone, whatever they're using these days. So that way they use a lot less of that, because that's just trying to make you feel better, because when you don't have the neurochemistry, the brain chemistry to make these neurotransmitters, these things mock them. They can work in the receptors of them, and then when you no longer use them, so it's really bad for you, basically. No, it was university, not pay for any brands. Always okay, brother, love, good. Back here. Yes, just bought B12 for my elderly parents. Did research everything you're saying. Brother, yes, absolutely. B12 methylcobalamin, great for elderly. My parents are in their 70s. They're off of all the drugs that they were on, all the pharmaceuticals they were on. They're off of everything. They get blood tests 4 times a year, every quarter. The only thing they're currently on is for their thyroid, because their thyroids were destroyed by the medical institutions. And so now they take desiccated bovine thyroid from the same types of people that give me my beef. They take the thyroids when they butcher the beef and they dry them out, basically. But they buy a pharmacy grade desiccated bovine thyroid, and their thyroid levels checked often, and they've been fine. It's so absolutely help your parents out. The advertising and the marketing for medicine has been whacked out. Is how much money can they make as much as possible. Even something as simple as aspirin, using actual aspirin, not acetylated aspirin. Like you can get all of the bulk chemistry that these companies use to make their pills. You can get, like I get bulk creatine that other companies get and then mix with a flavoring and then sell you. So this is bulk creatine monohydrate, and it's just pure crystalline. You probably won't be able to see it because it's just freaking pure white. But yeah. And then every morning with my coffee, I use cocoa, creatine, and brown sugar. Sometimes I use white sugar if it's real close, but yeah, typically brown sugar, cocoa, and creatine. So if you have a coffee every morning, you might as well make the best of it you can. I have hypothyroidism. I hate liver. Yeah, they're off of that too, brother. Yes, here I'll show you exactly what it is. If I don't want to walk across the street, but let me see. I'm definitely sure. I'm sure I have some here. I don't know. I have to go across the street. Yeah, I don't think I have it in here. But yeah, desiccated bovine thyroid, brother. I'm telling you, it's cheap as chips. I don't know. I don't know. Me get love from the wife. He keeps me healthy and going. That can absolutely help 100%. Being in love and being in a good relationship. But I'm telling you, it can get better. You might be as healthy as you need to be. what I'm talking about, I've been through some shit. I drank for years and years and years. I mean, I drank from like when I was playing music. I even before I was 21, I was drinking. I would drink at band practice. I never drank in the morning when I woke up or anything, but I drank probably 6 nights a week, 7 nights a week for 10 years on, maybe a few years off, maybe then like 4 nights a week. And then it was the movie industry, having to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. That really, I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. Luckily. I suck at fish. Look, my fish tanks are now empty. Look. Yeah, they're empty now. So I've definitely tried it, brother. But I mean, I have to. Let me. What up, Xander? Yeah. So they were on the same. They were on the Levo. I didn't smoke for fun. I did drink and smoke for fun, but in moderation. My problem with moderation with myself was I did most of my networking and stuff at bars, and that's what I love so much about live streaming. To me, it's just like being in a bar. People come in and out of the bar. You talk. They used to come to just talk to the bartender, but then they come to talk to the other patrons. So it's basically all the benefits of going to the bar without getting a DWI. So I definitely did that. No. As I would have 1 or 2 fish, I just started to like not. I wasn't trying to breed them, but as it got, the neighbors ended up getting. The neighbors' kids would come over and be like, hey, and then so they were like, hey, where did you get your fish? And I was like, take these. So they got given away. There was only like about half dozen totally. I had in a smaller tank. I had 2. It was a separative beta tank, so 2 beta fighting fish, and then you could put a mirror. One-way mirror, I can't remember what it was, to keep them from fighting each other. And then you unslide the mirror, and then they would like flare up and show their beauty. But yeah, they got given away. No, it's not me, CMR, brother. Virtual bars and VR chat. Yeah, no, it worked out fine, right? I didn't have to. Same thing. Listen. I'm blessed in this fact. I like when the roosters that I had started attacking neighborhood kids. I had the first thing was like, you're gonna have to kill them things, and I was like, son of a bitch. So I was like, what can I do? So I was like, hey, called up some places around here, some farms, and I was like, you want some roosters? And he's like, will you trade me? And he's like, yeah, I'll trade you. So I gave him 2 9-month-old roosters, and he gave me 2 5-month-old hens. It worked out too. That worked out too. Like things work out. It's what I like about this. Okay, what I liked about living in Baltimore. I lived in the arts area, so there was a very big community. This was before Libiquita and stuff like that. That destroyed the arts community because it separated everybody. If you weren't gay, they didn't want you to be around. But the arts community back then, you had people that did everything. People that worked in foundries and forges. You had people that worked on automotive stuff. People that would add like decorative things to your car and they would also do your oil changes for you and stuff like that. You had all kinds of people, and it was so great. And then people got so bigoted both ways. Gay people didn't like straight people, and so it got all wackadoodle. So then when I moved down here to Georgia, the Southerners are just like that. They don't care if you're gay. The gay people don't care that you're straight. It's definitely a Northerners thing. My grandma had one who attacked me every time I visited. Yeah, dude. And they jump at you with their freaking claws out. Like, it's not like they just annoy you or try to peck at you. They jump at you like with their feet claws coming right at you. And they would double up. It was 2 at a time. So I had 2 of them coming at me. So 4 claws coming at me at once. But luckily, when they're in the air, they're very easy to move with your foot. You don't have to like punt them. You can just tap, like they're in the air. So you just tap them out of the way. But you can't. I'm 6'4", but these little kids that are 3 feet tall, you can't. That's putting their claws near eye level. I didn't like quit drinking, join AA and stuff like that. It just kept getting hangovers too much, so I just stopped. I still have lots of liquor, like I said. So like when my neighbors come by, I mean, I'll have a drink once, twice a year. I probably haven't drank at all last year. Like I've got lots of liquor. I've got lots and lots and lots of liquor, and I've got devices, and I've got I've got mayonnaise jars of moonshine. I got lots and lots of stuff. But yeah, so I don't not drink. I just don't drink. It's just hovering over the screen. What is my nose? I'm seeing an ad for a premium jacket on your stream in the future. It's on the screen. Well, I watched it. Yeah, that's my I got your back. The vampire. You got the big old crucifix to keep vampires away from me on the back, and this is 110th grade on the front. I didn't know that. I tried to set that up. Well, I just got monetized over the past month, so these things slowly become available. Well, there. If it's in the way, I'm sure you can probably tap. Hey, Brenda, thank you. Hey, thank you very much, Brent. Oh, me, oh my. All right, I heard something click. Oops, I broke something. All right, thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Brenda Mesa. Okay, let's see. Oh, you sent me. Okay, so hold on. What am I missing here? ND. I just took 2 vitamin B12, calcium, and 2 paracetamol painkillers. I feel better. Brother, it's amazing how methylcobalamin will make you feel after a lifetime of not taking it. Like this girl that was in the chat a few days ago, she was like, she said it made her feel like she was on Adderall. She was so deficient in B12 that it gave her so much more energy that she felt like she was like, well, I don't usually feel like this. She felt lifted, let's say. All right, let me see that. So, which is crazy. If you're so deficient in B12, and if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you're 100% deficient, unless you're really on top of it. I can't play the music, Kahora, on the stream, but I'll watch it. Thank you, Brenda. Welcome. Here, let me put you up on the wall, Brenda. You're new. DX Mobile. Can you wish my friend happy birthday? His name is Rio, and he dances on the sun, just like the river twisting through the rusty land. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. Oh, Rio. Does the pill I use the pills, but if you're deficient, the liquid is absolutely great. Methylcobalamin. But yes, the liquid. Some people have sensitivity issues, like it feels gritty to them, so they take the liquid. But yeah, I don't mind. Just muted. Okay, all right. I'm a vegan. I eat 10 men. If you can eat tons of meat. All right, hold on. Been talking to multivitamin pills. Forget it sometimes. Okay, what am I putting, Brenda? All right, Brenda. Thank you. All right, Rio. I'll put your brother Rio up here. Rio. All right. What up, Charity? You can't not Sharon. It's hard up here. All right, I'm muted. Hold on. I need to get off this freaking ladder. Okay. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. Oh, Rio. Is that a rat? Oh, yeah. Oh, and a rooster. Oh, no. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no. That's freaking cool. Now it's on. Oh, shit. Damn. You see how he's attacking him? The claws go up. Dude, this is nature. That's freaking crazy. Oh, then a buddy comes in. 2 versus 1. How dare you? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, poor guy. Oh, man. Oh, he got him. Oh, poor guy. That's freaking wackadoodle. Rip rat. You chill the pill up. That seems odd. What pill? Hold on. What did I miss? No. The pill goes under your tongue. It's called sublingual. Lingual being tongue, sublingual. So I'll show you. We'll take it right now. I didn't take it yet today. We'll take it right now. I'll show you exactly what we do. Rip, what up, Charity? Oh yeah, Cora. Dang it. Cora. What up, Prager man? How you feeling Feeling better, brother? Prager, come on. G-man. All right, so this is how you take it. Yeah. Okay. So there are these little chalky looking tablets. I'll show you here. These little chalky looking tablets. They're just B12 and cherry dust basically pushed together. You have to swallow. Yeah. I use sublingual and I go right under your tongue. Sup, my nerds? Yeah, and then they stay under your tongue and about 10, 12 seconds later, just dissolves, and then you can do this. Like, oh, you beat me in the mouth. He hit me with a bat. Oh. Yes, this is the methylcobalamin. Yes, sir. Yes, stank. Best. I'll take the D3 now too because I've been streaming all day. I haven't taken it yet. Yeah, methylcobalamin. Yes, sublingual tablets, or the sublingual liquid, and then. Oh, I walked around with it. Hold on. Oh, I took it out there. Okay, we'll take this out here too. Let me take my tripod. Oh, I hit myself in the face with the tripod. Sup, nerds? Yeah. And you can scare your friend. Oh, you hit me. Oh. Okay. All right, and then here's the D3. So I just take this, 5 drops on the wrist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just rub 2 wrists together like that. Done. That's it. That's all you need. You're anxious about going to the dentist? Yeah, I don't go to the dentist. And listen, if I break a tooth or something, I go to the dentist. Then double check my work. But vitamin K2, if it's low, calcium and deposits and stuff, plaques start going where they shouldn't. So you could correct your vitamin intake, or you can go to the dentist and they can scrape it all off. Dentist is anxious about it. Yeah, and what all happened when I was taking a break? Did I miss anything? You missed a lot. I got monetized. I got monetized to start taking super chats. And now I can also sell my merchandise. Now I also make ad revenue. So that happened in like a couple of days. Why do you need it? So it's appearing like, according to what's going on in the past few months, most mental health issues are actually a vitamin deficiency. You need B12 and D3 specifically to make nerve pathways and what's called a myelin sheath. So if a nerve or a transmitter is like a copper wire, then the plastic around the copper wire is the myelin sheath. If you don't have that sheath, that protection, that insulation, you can you can have basically short circuits, which can manifest as mental health issues. Okay, you're wearing a new shirt. Yeah, new shirt from the other day. Yeah. Jump on a PC. All right. What up, Xander? So I had a girlfriend that dated for about 10 years. She was so scared of the dentist. She had to go to what was called sedation dentistry. So she showed up. She had to be there Tuesday. So Monday, they called in a prescription for 2 pills, 2 Valium. She took one, supposed to take one the night before because she was so nervous she couldn't sleep. And then wake up about an hour before she had to be at the dentist. She took the second one. And then I drove her to the dentist and she was all freaking wackadoodle. Yeah, I don't have the cat. Yeah, that's in the laundry. It's in the laundry. And I tell you what, it's a world of difference, the B12 and the D3. It's a world of difference. Like, I know people are used to that, take pills and stuff like for fun. They take a pill and they feel a difference. But it's weird to take a vitamin and feel a difference. Like, you're like, wow, I'm actually just unhealthy as shit. I'm not, and that's what sickness is. It says. But yeah, it's all good. Everybody will be better. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. There we go. All right. So let's see. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. Okay. So I'll probably take a break from 2 to 3. And then I'm gonna meant to start setting up my Twitch stream today. I want to start streaming on Twitch tonight. But I got if I can set everything up. I didn't realize we would get through there's so many people in the stream today in the morning, so I got excitability. So I'll set up the 110th grade. There's the Twitch channel. 110th grade is there. If anybody's on Twitch and wants to subscribe or follow on Twitch, and when I'm on later, you can be the first to experience. I have a 2022 Honda Ridgeline. Ugh, stinks. That was stinky iced tea from last night. Yeah, 2022. So, right. It's amazing if you don't buy new cars, it's amazing how cheap you can get them for. And I was working for the movie industry, Brett, so I got discounts and everything for that. And it was beneficial for me to have a truck. It's the first time I've ever had a pick 'em up truck. And this has got a extended crew cab. So, we could move people around the studios easy and a bunch of stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's fine. I don't drive very often. I mean, I probably drive once a week. Like, I stream 10 hours a day. I figured it had to be some kind of truck. Couldn't imagine putting the chickens in the car. Yeah, no. Yeah, the chickens go into a dog carrier. It's a pretty big. It's not those little plastic ones. It's a metal, a crate basically. They got plenty of room, and they only travel from. And when I got them, they're a little bigger than the size of an egg. They were 1 day old. Yeah, but when I had to take those roosters, they didn't want to go. Like, I've never been pushed to the point where I wanted to end an animal's life. But after I chased that freaking thing around, I tried to use a leather jacket to toss on each one to so I could capture them without, and they just fought tooth and beak and nail. It was so rough. So then eventually they went into the coop. So I have another little exit door on the side of the coop that's just about a foot tall by about 10 inches wide or so. And so when they went in, I opened that big crate and I pushed it right up against there. And then I walked in to the coop, so they tried to run out that door. But it's better than having to 86 them, you know what I mean? I didn't want to have to. Because the thing is, they're just being roosters. They're there to make baby chickens, and they and I think, at least what I've been told, I haven't looked up any of this, I think the more hens you have per rooster, the more violent they can be. Like, if there's just one hen to a rooster, like a couple, then whatever, everything's fine. But if they've got to protect 8 hens, one rooster to 8 hens, then they're really, maybe that's just the testosterone in their blood going up a whole lot. I don't know. While you're alive, Cora's alive. All right, it's 2:00. All right, let's call it. I'll see you on Discord in a bit, Cora. I'm gonna take about an hour break. I got to eat and everything and take care of everything, and I'm gonna start doing the Twitch stream later on today too. I'm still gonna be on YouTube. I'm just gonna dual stream to Twitch. All right, everybody, love and kisses. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you. Thank you all for being on. Bye.